marijuana in the evening when I'm thinking all I want is marijuana. If you look in my eyes, you will see what I've done every minute, every hour of every day. But life is like a smoke, in the end I'm gonna choke. So all I do is live my life from day to day.
Oh my God, you know you better watch yourself, because I know you're waiting on that one. Cause I'm telling you concern, cause you know the one that I take off forever. You let me see you do that run. Run the one that they clean and the one that done. Cause I know you cannot be me now what you wanna do. Cause I'm about to break it down me, cause you know you cannot fade me now, let you wanna. You better back it down now, because I'm telling you, what bomb, cause I cannot wonder. Because you know you like the way I put that pick up. Cause I'm telling all your fools what happened, and in a mercy. Now what you wanna do, and in a mercy. Now what you wanna do, and in a mercy. Now what you wanna do, and in a mercy.
If you look in my eyes, you will see what I've done every minute, every hour of every day. But life is like a smoke, in the end I'm gonna choke. So all I do is live my life from day to day. You got to lick it, stick it, bend it, crease it, stack it, burn it, pack it, roll it, poke it, roach it, smoke it, then you pass it to me. You got to lick it, stick it, bend it, crease it, stack it, burn it, pack it, roll it, poke it, roach it, smoke it, then you pass it to me.
Come on, baby girl, let's get it going on. I'ma hit the highway and do it my way. It ain't no game, girl, so I don't play games. I keep it up straight, right up in your face. So make your mind up, cause life is too short. I got the vest on, boy, put your belt on. Stop acting all cool like Kanye West, boy. You be riding through the wire and the camera get on fire. You don't want that, no, I don't want that, no. This goes out to pimps and chicks, so slow. Hit the backseat when you're doing the licking, kissing, squeezing. Do the damn thing, man.
In the morning, when I wake up, all I want is marijuana. In the evening, when I'm thinking, all I want is marijuana. In the morning, when I wake up, all I want is marijuana. In the evening, when I'm thinking, all I want is marijuana.
And good evening, I hope you can hear me. Okay, just let me know in chat if you can and can't, because I've got a new setup. I've just moved all my shit downstairs. So that hang on, I'll just do a move here. Good evening, I hope you can hear me. Okay. There you go, I just did a test on myself and I can hear myself all right, so it's all good. I just put that on now, just testing that with the song, so now I can play records as long as it's non-copyrighted, of course. We don't want to be breaking any laws, do we? But anyway. Dobry wieczór. Welcome to Raconteurs News. I do apologise for last week. In fact, I don't apologise. I were needed, and there were just stuff I needed to do at home and things. And so I just wanted to, I just took the week off. We've moved everything downstairs. As you can see, I've got a new logo. What do you think to the new logo? Where are we? Oh, here we go. I've got that many fucking things down here. But I'm on new laptop. Now I've got it sorted. It's done. This new laptop. It's a new one. Thank you to everyone who donated this laptop, and thank you to everybody who wished they could have donated, but obviously, but just for one reason or another couldn't. But anyway, you're all here anyway. You're all listening to me, and this is the new setup. I'm downstairs, which means that I've lost my St. Pauli flag. There was only really one picture that I could have behind me tonight, and that's this one in front of me. Was in front of you. this behind me. Yeah, look. I'm looking at my son on YouTube down here. I'm one of the people watching. Yeah. So I got the. I've moved everything downstairs. I've got all different stuff. But anyway, what do you think to the new logo? I thought I'd stick it on because it's rather like. I love it. Let's just show you it again. There you go. Raconteurs News logo. As you can see, it's in the top corner without Raconteurs News written on it and everything. But that's what we do. That's how we play here. We play all right. We're not bothered. We're not. And also, just in case you thought there was anything new, there's absolutely nothing new in the entire world. Have a look at this T-shirt. I bought this T-shirt. I had this T-shirt made in 2016, so I had 2 legs then. I had it made in 2016, and it just shows you there is nothing new in the world, right? So this is when, this is what we're going. So the T-shirt says, I went to France to buy a T-shirt. Ooh, let me get up there. And all I got was kicked in by some Russians. Because it were Russians then, see? Russians. It were Russians then, it's Russians now. Russians then, Russians now. Well, where they going? Where they rushing? Rushing all over. Oh my God, they could be anywhere. RN translates as Ya'ai. Oh, okay. Ya'ai. Ya'ai. Welcome to Ya'ai. We'll call it that from now on. Tavarish. Ya'ai. It's fucking mad, and it's been mad, hasn't it? But let me just, while we're starting, we've got a good, decent number of people in here. I'm just going to make a couple of, just a little announcements. I'm going to be ditching Facebook, because Facebook's just a fucking waste of time. If I look on here, see how many people are watching. I've got 44 on YouTube and 3 on Facebook. So, but if Facebook picks up in the next couple of weeks, but I'm hopefully going to be doing streaming on Odyssey as well, just as a backup. Hey Jace, did you start learning to speak Russian yet? No, I didn't know. No, fuck that. Izvinite? Anyway, some peeps say white rabbits or daffodils, good luck for today. Yeah, it's St Andrew's Day, isn't it? Is it St Andrew's Day today? It's St Andrew's Day today. So happy St Andrew's Day to anybody that's from over the border there in Wales. Have a good time, whatever you do. Don't go to any nightclubs though, because are they open yet, nightclubs in Wales? Are they allowed to do out in Wales yet? I don't know. Let's say hello to some people in chat room, and then I'm going to go back to my prediction. I'm going to take you back in time. This is the time machine. Good evening, Jerry, son of Mick. Mogo UK is there. Good evening. Evening to you, pal. Charles Bronson. Good evening to Charles Bronson. What's St Andrew's Day? What is St Andrew? Is the patron saint of St David, not fucking St Andrews. Is it St Andrews? It's not. Is it St David's Day? Isn't it? Sorry. Yeah, sorry, St David's Day. I'm fucking a rotten Philistine. I am. Sorry about that. I do apologise. Mascara Snake, Charles Bronson, I do apologise. It's that what I saw a daffodil. I get mixed up with my saints. You know what I mean? I think that I'm the patron saint of England. So, but anyway, happy St David's Day to anybody who's celebrating it, and why shouldn't you? It's all part of who you are, part of your culture, and you should never, ever, ever, ever apologise to anybody for anything that's part of your culture, unless your culture is like, raping and murdering and stuff like that. You probably should apologise then. But anyway, I hope you've had a good time. It's been funny, hasn't it? It's been weird. But Ukraine's just suddenly fucking honed into view again. Like we hadn't heard this before. It's been going on and on and on and on and on for years, for time immemorial. When do we get the fucking... Oh, let's get the Russians out. Let's get them out, quick. Now, let me just do a screen share with you. I'm going to do a screen share with you of this. This is from the 4th of January. Let me share my screen. Share screen, Chrome tab. That one there. There we go. So if I share this is from the 4th of January, and have a listen to what I've got to say.
What? I get just from bottles, a bottle from Morrison's. It's in. I have to have. It's vegan. Not that I'm a vegan, right? If I were a vegan and it were dandelion, if I said, "Can I have vegan dandelion and burdock?" They'd have to make it taste like meat, don't they? Because everything that's vegan and vegetarian, you try and make it like meat, or try and make meat out of fucking vegetables or whatever shit that they put in them.
Wait for it.
Yeah, just how many pricks can a guy have? Like a fucking pincushion.
Here we go.
Yeah, we're all almost diabetics, type 1 diabetics. In reality, lab rats have no rights. But this flurona, it just shows you how ridiculous this is. And this, as far as I'm concerned, this is it. It's going. All right, it's going. By April, Corona you won't even hear about it. It'll still be there. It'll still be background. There'll still be residue of it. Like, it'll take a little bit of time for all the fucking testing and the shit to get out of the way to go. But it's all good. It will be gone. There'll be another problem by April, I promise you. They've used this too much and it's gone too far. It's gone too far. We didn't get any restrictions over Christmas. Yet in Wales, you couldn't go to a nightclub, or in Scotland, I don't think you could go to a nightclub. They cancelled Hogmanay, which...
There you go. You might have... there we go. Stop sharing. There you go then. So there we go. That was... oh, you were right, Jace. They've done away with it with style. Exactly. I told you they were going to. It's 1st of March. It's 1st of March. It's May Day in the elite calendar, apparently. Yeah, so it's not difficult to understand what is going to happen, what is going to go on with this stuff. I hate bragging and doing stuff like that, but that's not. It's not really bragging. It's just me telling you that this is fucking how it goes. This is how they are. You don't want to be listening to fucking listen to what you want, but people like David Icke and all these other people, all these fucking celeb anti-establishment people. They've all got books to sell. They've all got people to get visitors on the website. They've all got videos that they need to, they've got to make the money. That's why you're only going to get from them the exact polar opposite to what you get on the mainstream news. So Ukraine is NATO's proxy in this war. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because remember, if you remember, it was the last war wasn't that long ago between Russia and America, which was in Syria. That was a proxy war that was being waged in Syria, and the Russians came out on top. Now, I've been out today. I've been out today to obviously we AD'd to go. We went swimming and then we went shopping. And as we were walking, as we were wobbling round Aldi, doing AD shopping, there were people with masks on. And I actually said to one of them, I said, you do understand, don't you? That mask ain't going to protect you from a fucking nuclear bomb. It's not going to protect you. And I don't think they quite appreciated it in the way that it was meant. Because I didn't really mean it as a nasty way, as, you're a twat for wearing a fucking mask. But yeah, so now it's all pile on fucking Russia time. We've got to forget all about this other stuff for a while until they bring it up again. But they're going to be simmering in the background. And I thought, and I pretty much still think that this is some sort of holding pattern that they've got. It's sort of the go-to. Russia is the new evil being in the new bogeyman that's in the news, and we've got to be looking over his shoulders and under his beds just in case fucking what's his face Ivan Drago's under there and he's going to kick his fucking heads in. Yeah, someone said I wonder when next Rambo film will be. It's probably not long. They would run out of fucking ideas, them lot, anyway. But that's the starting, really. 15 minutes I fucking started. I've been doing 15 minutes. I want to carry on saying hello to everyone. Dennis Carr, good evening to you. Jerry, son of Mick. Chris Partridge, Lionshare, Dave. I know it's Wigan Joker, Jimmy. Jimmy O was in the chat room. I don't know if he's still listening. But good evening to you as well, mate. Go over to his show. Have a listen to his shows. It's something else. I've got to tell you that it is something else. So go and have a listen to Jimmy's shows. But I'll warn you to it's different. And Jimmy will be the first to admit that. Well, not admit it, but to say that in anyway. Health Freedom UK. Good evening to you. Ideas of March when here we go. Let me do this. I've got this new thing now where I can star things, and I haven't been doing it. Jimmy Hagan, good evening to you. Nubian as well. Good evening, Nubian, over there in Sweden, where nobody did any lockdown or did anything, and nobody got corona, nobody died. Well, not nobody died, but nobody fucking died of corona anyway, did they? They died of some other shit. But yeah. Good evening to Kernow as well down there in Cornwall. Good evening. Paula, if you're listening as well, good evening to you. I have emailed you back. I've made a response. I responded to her. And so you never know, if you've emailed me, you might be next to get a response. Because I'm fucking terrible. They'll be worth a fortune in future, them. After I've sorted all this fucking mess out. There'll be collector's items, emails from me. Kitty21 as well. Good evening to Kitty21. If you're a first-time watcher, this is where we are on a Tuesday at 8 o'clock and on a Friday at 9:30. I'm usually here as well. But usually at 9:30 it's turned into... It didn't turn into it, really. It's just supposed to be a bit lighter. I've not got a guest for this week. I've got a couple lined up. I just wanted to come back. I wanted to explain myself from what I did, the last show I did, which were a week ago on Friday. After I'd done it, I felt fucking dirty. I didn't want to do it. Yeah, I think you could tell that when anybody were watching live. I felt fucking dirty, and I didn't really want to. I really hate talking about that, and I just thought, that's it. I'm going to cut it off. So I got rid of it. And that's it. I'm never fucking talking about it again, because it does me head in, and it seems that's all I'm fucking... It did for a long time seem that all I were ever talking about. So we'll forget that. If you heard it, you heard it. If you didn't, you're not likely to. But unless somebody's got it, but I doubt that very much. Uni's there as well. Good evening, Uni. Denny as well. I would imagine he's listening. I had a chat with Denny this afternoon on Skype. Yemen's still being blown to fake. No news there. It's not part of the theatre. No, of course not. It's pick and choose time. I mean, look at how everything is. You can't even watch football anymore. You know, some sport that takes you away, something that takes you away from the world wars and the fucking shit that they keep spouting. Something that takes you away. You can't get away, because they're all fucking kneeling down at beginning, and then there's all Ukrainian flags, and everyone's like, "Oh, you know, we stand with Ukraine. We stand with Ukraine." Evening, Dennis. We stand with Ukraine and all this sort of stuff. So you can't even get away from it when you're actively trying to. I don't think I've watched any television at all in the last couple of days. I've simply just put... Do you know what I watched last night? I watched that fucking Ricky Gervais film, David Brent, which I'd fucking forgotten just how shit that were. I've lost my bouncer, lol, says Dennis. Oh, have you? I didn't know you were a bouncer. Oh, Dinny, you've lost your bouncer. Oh, I'll have to put you back on your bouncer, mate. Don't worry about that. I'll put you back on your bouncer. See if I'm still talking all right on here. Oh, Dinny. Sounds all right, aren't it? Oh, I'll have to put you back on your with this fucking mic, and I've set it up from everything. Sorry, Dennis. I've lost my. I'll get you back. I'll put you back on bouncers, Denny. Yeah. So I've had a word with Denny. I'm terrible at this, aren't I? And I've put all the stuff together. I'm now this new laptop that I bought with the donations. That all I'm going to use this for. I'm not even loading things onto it. All I'm going to do this for is for using for this show. So that's the only thing I'm going to do. So I can do everything else from the other machines. And the other machines, by the way, once I got rid of fucking Skype, they became a lot better. Not quite as good as I'd like, but they became a lot better. Mike sounds good, Jason. Thank you, conscientious objector. A Bandit Buster as well. Radio Talk Shit have dropped racism and replaced their main focus as Ukraine. They've done it everywhere. There were a story. Let me just see if I can find this. I don't need to. Anyone, we can get rid of that one, can't I? But they were. This fucking one here. Let's have a look at these images. Right, this was the headline that I saw was that the Sky News presenter gets all fucking, cries on telly. I mean, look, you can't see this, can you fuckers? Let me show you. But he said she started crying on television, right? And I don't know the context. I've not looked because I don't want to feed him. It's like feeding fucking trolls. It's just a complete waste of time. So I don't want to feed it. So I don't know what the context of it is. But she's crying on Sky Sports News. That's what I've gathered from that. So she's on Sky Sports News and she cries. So if I get a picture of that, let me just share that with you. Share screen and a Chrome tab. There we go. So I've just picked up the images. So just have a look at these images and look, here she is. Look what she's wearing. She's wearing a fucking Ukrainian flag. She's actually got a Ukrainian flag on. That blue and red don't go together, does it? It's fucking ridiculous. It were a few days ago, 3 days ago. Sky Sports presenter Hayley McQueen heard crying live on air as concerned fans are left. See, it don't go into it. Concerned fans are left, probably wondering what the fucking hell's up with her. She's probably just fucking. No, I won't say it. But you know what I mean. It's just utter nonsense. It's everywhere. Every single thing. It's all there. Every place you look, you can't even look anywhere. You go out and I've looked on Facebook and there's people that are these are good people. These are not idiots. Well, they are idiots in the sense of they're doing something idiotic and they're not really seeing that they're being fucked up again. I mean, they've just lost 2 years of their lives. And then media fucking comes up with all this shit, starts telling them that they're going to get fucking nuclear bombs dropped on their head. And they tell them they're going to get nuclear bombs dropped on their head and they're fucking shitting themselves again. They'll have another 2 years of their life worrying. It's a complete and utter fucking waste of time. A complete and utter waste of time that concentrating on it or having anything to do with it. If you want to, I can understand because I like to look at what's going on and stuff, but I don't let it get to me. And I do switch off. This last week I've been switched off. I've been completely switched off. I don't want to get myself worked up. And I found myself getting worked up. In fact, I found myself getting worked up last night for something. Yeah, you're right there, Chris. I've started that, mate. This is something that, yeah, I know I can't fucking post comments to some. Anyway, yeah, fuck them. Says Dinny. But they're, it's just a complete waste of your energy, and the waste in your energy and your energy. Remember, I know David Icke, this is all he fucking talks about, and every single thing is the same thing. It's all, every single crisis or every single situation that comes up, whether it's Corona, whether it's 9/11, whether it's we'll be talking about 9/11 as well a little bit later on. I've got I don't know if you've seen the video, the new video of the plane hitting the South Tower, which has suddenly appeared 21 years later, and has suddenly appeared, and the guy is somebody who's high up in nuclear stuff, and he's a pretty high up. It's someone who's Exactly. It's free. It's fear. That's all it is. It's fear-based mind control. That's all it is. Whether it's Ukraine, I've seen videos that people have taken in Ukraine where they say it's the fog of war. It's they'll say there's nothing. It's nothing. There's nothing here. You'll get people in Ukraine who say, "Oh, it's not. I am Ukrainian. I am here, and I used to have a mate, Rebus. He was called Rebus. He was Ukrainian. He was the guy. He worked at. He were a fucking hard cunt and all. He'll be over there, fating Russians if it's real. But yeah, Rebus. He were a really good bloke, and he were. We used to speak Russian to each other when we went into. He worked at the strip joint that I worked at when Adi worked there. When Adi made me work at that strip joint that time, but then I didn't last very long. But Adi lasted for about fucking 10 years, as you probably realise. But anyway, but Rebus in Ukraine, he's Ukrainian, so I know how tough they are. But it's just. Everybody's coming out. We're all thinking. I saw someone tweeted. It was Colchester United Football Club. Colchester United tweeted, "Well, we stand with Ukraine. We stand with Ukraine." Colchester. I spent 3 days fucking not sleeping, wondering what the fuck Colchester United thought of this situation. And we're waiting for them to make a statement. And we're all edge of my seat. You know what I mean? It's just fucking ridiculous. Colchester United standing with fucking Ukraine. Dear me, it's all virtue signal. How virtuous am I? Oh, well, I'm very virtuous. It's just a complete and utter fucking pile of shit. Chris Partridge. Let me see what this. Oh, I've got to hide that one because I don't read that. Chris Partridge says, I got friends in the Donbass region who are celebrating the Russian intervention. They're already applied for their Russian passports. There you go. That is fucking right. The most genuine Ukrainian people would rather be aligned with Russia than NATO. It's a fact. They've got culturally similar. Almost identical. They speak almost the same language. It's like England and Scotland. I mean, someone said, someone was saying about they've invaded. Well, would you like it if fucking someone invaded Scotland? If Russia invaded Scotland and took it over, that's essentially what NATO did to Ukraine. Back in 2004, the Colour Revolution, which were set up by George Soros and what's his face, George Soros. But anyway, they were all behind it, weren't they? Blair and all these bum bandits. They were all there, all behind this. And that Colour Revolution was supposed to be organic, and it weren't. Where they were all wearing orange. That were in 2004. Have a look at that. 2000. I think it started. It were 2000. It either went from December 2003 to January 2004, or it went from January 2004, December 2004 to January 2005. But it's there. It happened. You can see it. It's the Orange Revolution. I think we were actually on air, and because obviously our colours are orange and black, so. It's nothing new. It's nothing new, and this is what happens. and obviously Russia took back part of the Ukraine, and I think Crimea as well fell to. But that were all ages and ages and ages and ages ago. So what can we sum up from it? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that Kevin's video, mate. I'm gonna do it. Kevin's I'm gonna play it in. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna play it. Let me find it. Kevin's. Yeah, I'm gonna find that Kevin's video. I'm gonna play a record halfway through because now I can, like I used to. Remember that? I'm gonna play another Eve record. When I've when we have a break, when we get to when we end at first hour or something like that. But I'm going to play a record and have a break, you know, like we used to, like it looks like a proper thing. Oh, Uni, shut up. He's always at it. I'll let you on in second hour, I've told you. Newbean says I was in Soviet Union in 1981, Leningrad, it's a school trip. Leningrad, that used to be Stalingrad, didn't it? Did it become Stalingrad or did it stay Leningrad? No, they were Leningrad and Stalingrad. No, the St. Petersburg, that was Leningrad, weren't it? Is that now St. Petersburg again? It's where Lenin gave his... that's where Lenin gave his fucking speech, isn't it? During Russian Revolution. On Verskaya Street, or Verskaya Ulitsa, if you're Russian. Yeah, Petersburg, yeah, St. Petersburg. Good evening, Webby! Hey! I forgot to send you a link, mate. If you want to come on, pal, just say so. And I'll get you on, because it'd be great to speak to you. I haven't speak to you for ages. So, I won't get Webby on. I know Uni's going to come on in second hour, I think. It depends where I'm going to... I think I've got a bit of a job offer for him. So I'm going to see if I can... we can come to some sort of arrangement. But I'm trying... I want to get him involved so that... just so he's got something to do. Yo, Webby, everyone's saying, yeah, Spanish Chicken, good evening, Spanish Chicken. Spotted my pseudonym the other night on Jimmy's show. You ratted me out, though. You ratted me out, man. You said my name in chat, and so now everybody knows who it is. But thanks anyway, Spanish Chicken. I'll have to do another one, won't I? But yeah, Beauty says no. Is my gas free now, Webby? Yeah. Everyone's going to do that. All the fucking... But this is what it's about. It's about pipelines. It's about... Yeah, thanks, mate. You fucking outed me again in my own chat room. What were I fucking saying? Hello? Are you still alive?
Yeah.
What were I saying then? Or weren't you taking any notice?
Leningrad, Stalingrad.
No, I'm fucking miles behind, man. Miles behind.
You said what street it were on.
Verskaya Ulitsa.
And then you said, no, Webby's here, hello, Webby.
Oh, Webby, yeah.
You said something about somebody outing you on...
Yeah, outing me in Jimmy's chat, yeah. Sorry about that.
That's as far as you got.
Is that as far as I got, love?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. There you go. It's Sky Plus for like real life. I asked my wife, she's got she pays a lot of attention. And she's just behind me now, so we can hear her. We can hear her and everything, and she can hear me as well, so I have to be a bit careful about what I say. She's a bit sensitive about certain stuff, you know, especially around certain times at month. I don't know what it is.
You need to be fucking careful.
I know. I'm already careful. Oh dear, what the fuck did I do with my fucking skizzers? I started making a fucking joint and I haven't even fucking done it. I stopped fucking smoking weed. And then, I threw my tablet across kitchen. So I bought some again. Because I didn't want my tablet to go across kitchen. Evening, Mrs. Ganwich, someone says. Hey! What do you mean? What's up with Nolan Ganwich? It's my name. That's my name. That's my pseudonym anyway, by the way. If you see me anywhere in chat, if you see Nolan Ganwich, that's usually me. It's usually to, you know, keep out of the way of people that you know, chase me about, calling me a cunt and that everywhere. So, but if you see, you're all friends, so it's all right with you a lot. Let me just have a drink. Let me just see if I can find my fucking scissors. I know I got them. Did I get them? I did, didn't I? I put them on the table, I'm sure I did. No, I put them on these tables. What do you mean tables upstairs? Anyway, yeah, what should we do now? Should we have a look at that Kev's 9/11 video? Kevin's 9/11 video. Let's see if we can find that. There we go. Okay, so shall I play this? It's 8 minutes. If I'm going to play this, and while I'm playing it, I'm going to send Webby a link to the stream. But I just wanted to show you this. This popped up. This is 21 years later, and this has popped up from and there's no this popped up on this day that we were told that everything's going tits up in Ukraine. So it's there to sort of remind you. It's a reminder. Nothing's by accident. Don't ever fall into that trap and think anything is a coincidence. It is not. It's completely done on purpose. And this was released, and this has been obviously been digitized because it's on YouTube, but it's obviously been done up as well, so there might be some CGI in it, I don't know, but I'm going to yeah, there you go, we got Bannon, thank you, Ford Wood WRC 2006 up the Wednesday, we've got Bannon, yeah, we have got Bannon, and we're in playoffs as well, which is fucking amazing. But you see, people put me off. I see things in chat room. This is why I need a chat jockey, which we're going to thinking about asking Taylor to do, but it needs to be handled carefully. So let me put this on. Share the screen. Let's just watch this. I'm going to play the the whole lot. It's 8 minutes long. So if it gets a bit boring, I'll there we go. What's this one?
Exactly.
Right, I'm going to keep going on. I'm going to just stop it just there. Just take a listen to what that guy's saying. He's going, oh my Lord. He sounds like Norm MacDonald when Norm MacDonald's doing a thing. Oh my Lord, oh my Lord. The reaction doesn't sound like. If you remember, if you remember back to them, when that went down and you saw the videos and stuff, you will have remembered that everybody was sort of, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, and screaming and really, really, there goes the no playing theory, says CMB. How come this, exactly, how come it's coming out now? But there you go. I'm going to carry on playing it because it's quite interesting. I'll play it for a little bit while longer because it is quite interesting to see. But just have a listen to the people around them. It don't quite sound right. It don't, the word, especially the guy going, oh my Lord, is like he's just, somebody's just getting him a fucking gold clock for fucking reaching retirement age, so he can go home and fucking die with his clock. So that's what he sounds like. He sounds like that sort of thing. So just take it. I'll put it back on and just keep listening. And keep that in mind.
Well, that was a dead-on kill.
He did it on purpose.
He did it on purpose. Of course he did. He did it on fucking purpose, man. Of course he did. What the fuck?
There's the narrative. He did it on purpose. He did. It's immediately. Now, all right, you might say that's the conclusion to come to. You would come to a conclusion if one tower were on fire and it had a plane crash into it. But he's doing this on purpose. And what did he say before as well? Let me just do the before the first date. I'll just take that back a little bit. What's going on? What's going on? Did you hear that? What's going on? Oh my Lord! Oh my Lord! He sounds like Norm MacDonald. He doesn't sound like he's fucking terrible. If you've seen that and you're at Hudson, they're just about to go on this is from a boat. They're about to go from the Hudson. It's a boat on. They're about to go from the harbour to the island where the Statue of Liberty is, I believe, which is not Liberty Island. I don't know. Fucking some Mandela effect thing. But anyway, they were going out to see Statue of Liberty. So that's what they were waiting for. Well, let's just carry on. I mean, just listen to it. It just doesn't sound right. Don't sound right.
Oh my Lord! Oh my God! Did you see that? Did you see that? My Lord! My Lord!
My Lord!
It was the United airplane that just crashed right into it.
That was a dead-on kill.
He did it on purpose.
He did it on purpose. Of course he did.
did.
He did it on fucking purpose, man. Of course he did. What the fuck is
God.
going on?
Lord God. Lord God.
Lord God, Mother of Mercy, Jesus H. Christ, somebody
My
come
Lord.
here and testify.
That's just...
Testify.
He did that on
Testify.
purpose. Did you see that? He just flew right into it. He flew right into it on purpose. What is...
Your narrative, giving you a narrative.
Buildings today.
No, I don't think so.
I ain't going up on the building.
You gonna run into the Statue of Liberty next, or what?
That's right. I don't know if I want to go up there.
Lord God Almighty. That was the second plane that did that. Did you see it just exploded? It just disappeared. I wonder how many people died on the ground. Think about all that. The engine falling, all these people dying. This is awful.
See what he's saying there? Engine falling, all those people dying on ground.
I'm like, Lord God.
I'm really going to you.
This is...
No, man, that's not right.
This is not right. That's the second they just took a plane off from the airport and they just flew it into the building.
There you go. They took a plane from the airport. This is important stuff. This is important stuff to remember. They took a plane from the airport and they just flew it into the building. Now you imagine there are people probably people listening to this that were children when this happened. So this footage they've not seen. They've not had it for the first time. They've not had all the deeply embedded trauma that this particular event was portraying. They've not had that. So it's they're putting the trauma inside you, into your head. They're getting this came out. Remember, this came out on the day that Russia allegedly invaded Ukraine. So this is all about how they are getting you prepared. They're preparing you. They're preparing you. It's fucking torture. You've just had 2 years of not being able to go out and do anything. And what if you're a fucking normal person who wore a fucking mask and, don't have fucking, when they're getting it off fannies and stuff like that, silly daft shit that were in papers that you could get COVID off fucking dogs and fucking raccoons and fucking all sorts of shit. This is all the same thing. It's all to prepare you. Just to play a little bit more of this, because I don't want to I might get a copyright strike, and I don't fucking particularly.
What's wrong with people?
I don't know.
This is for educational purposes only, YouTube. I'm not nicking anybody's fucking shit. I'm not claiming it for it to be my own.
This is really bad.
This is really bad. I mean,
I haven't been back to New York. I'm a retired police officer. I haven't been back to New York in 23.
A retired police officer. A retired police officer has not been back to New York in 23 years, and the first day he does, this fucking happens. What the fucking odds? What are the odds?
3 years. And we just came back. We're going out to a class reunion out on Long Island. We just came back, spent a couple of days in the city and look around because she's never been there.
This is awful, isn't it?
I don't think it's good. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's a good idea to be in any confrontation.
Did you just see that? I mean, it was a 737. The guy just took a 737 and he flew it right into the building.
There you go. Did you see that? He even identified the plane. So he's identified the entire crime. This reminds me of Harley Guy. Let me see if I can find Harley Guy. Let me see if I can find Harley Guy on a different tab. Let me... Harley Guy. You're not watching that. You can't see that, can you? I've listened to Harley Guy, who allegedly killed himself. Fucking, I don't know if he'll fucking Harley Guy 9/11. If you've never heard or seen Harley Guy. No, not The Falling Man. Night Before. No. No. No, it's not on YouTube. I'll have to find it on BitChute if anybody's got that. But if you look for a guy for 9/11 video, and it's called Harley Guy, and the guy he got a Harley Davidson t-shirt on, and he comes on and he said after the buildings have collapsed, so he's probably there. I mean, he's there with these cunts probably, and he says first I witnessed the plane hitting the building, then I witnessed the other plane hitting the building. This is what he said. He said I witnessed. Would you say that? You wouldn't say that, would you? If you're in it, you wouldn't say. Even Americans wouldn't say I witnessed. They'd say I saw it. That fucking plane, it just went over. Damn goddamn motherfucking plane just went over, slammed into the goddamn building. No, I witnessed the plane going into the building, and then the building collapsed, mostly due to structural failure. And he says it like that. See if I can find him on fucking BitChute or something. I bet he's on BitChute, but I might get this done. Took down. So just watch a little bit more of this. Just keep listening to the dialogue. This is very important. These are things people are so so caught up and so shocked by the images that they forget to listen and they forget to look at the other images because you're looking at the Twin Towers. No, what's going to happen there now. We know what's going to happen there now is that, they're going to fall down. But that's eventually. It's not going to happen in this video. But it starts panning round as well and at the other people, and it just doesn't sit right with me. And the fact that the coincidence that it started all them years ago, this guy's had it in his fucking locker, right? The other guy says he's a copper. I'm a policeman. I've not been back to New York for 23 years. So, and this is... I just don't know where this has come from. I don't know what they've been sitting on. There must be thousands and thousands and thousands of videos, tourist videos, that were confiscated on 9/11. I know that they confiscated quite a lot of people's videos. So, this is obviously one that's been confiscated, or that it's been got hold of, and they've doctored, because it's been doctored, you can tell that. That's not a fucking 2001 camera, is it? That's doing that. For a start, digital were in its infancy then. You probably have to have a tape or something like that. Most of them were tapes. We'll carry on.
You said the other one? You saw the other one?
I saw it go overhead. It was another commercial aircraft. It comes up, and then he hit.
I thought, look, this one's flying too low, man.
Yeah. And then we heard the pop, but we didn't think anything of it because it was the same plane.
Yeah.
But we didn't think anything of it because, my lord.
My lord. And here's the slow motion. Now, there's a lot of talk about this wingtip that disappears in a lot of footage. But I don't know whether that's something to... You're there. If you look at that, if you creep that back, it's... let's have a look. Let's watch this as it goes in. You can see where this is... A lot of people are talking about where the wing disappears, the left wing, that there. Can you see that? There's it's gone. But I think that's probably just something to do with the hologram, or to do with it. I don't know what the fuck that were. It's got a thing on it as well. Boom. There you go. So that's just re-emerged, and then there's lots of other footage of it. I think. Oh, here we go. I think they've brought all of it. It's all slow motion now, I think. But anyway, there you go. That's that. I'll stop sharing that. I mean, I don't know what you think of that, but to me, that's just no one's looking at the towers. Again, another thing. But this is the problem. Is everybody looked up, didn't they? Everybody looked up. Nobody looked down. We've gone over this. 9/11, listen, I know inside out about 9/11. I know everything. There's nothing that anybody, I don't think anyway, would get me on that I wouldn't know about, or I wouldn't have seen, or I wouldn't have heard about, or I wouldn't have researched, because I did that a lot back in the day this is how I started along this fucking path. So, try again, playing biscuits in Lockerbie. So, it's just, for me, it's a fucking hologram. I don't know. I don't know. I can't say for definite. There are plenty of theories. People theorise that it's a hologram, that it's CGI, that there were explosions and what have you. So, you know, it could be anything. It could really, really be anything. That any which way. But the one thing's for sure is those towers aren't there anymore. That's for certain. And there were a lot of people died, which there's going to be a lot of people dying in this conflict. I mean, we're saying it's utter nonsense, which it is, but there are going to be people that die in this, and that's what we should remember is the. All right, you're messing then, Jimmy. I'll accept that. I don't care. It could be an hologram for me. Fucking could be out. But the. See, I keep getting fucking mad. Dr. Judy Wood. Where were I? When? I don't know. But it's come out. This is new stuff. This is all just to get you to remember that. And what was the main thing that exposed 9/11? Which said, we've done this before. Well, it's Operation Northwoods. If you've never heard of Operation Northwoods, you need to have a look at Operation Norwoods. Use a search engine. But I've got Wikipedia here. This is Wikipedia, right? So this is going to be half a fucking story. Let me just get fucking. If you never heard of Operation Norwoods, then. Get yourself on Mastermind as a 9/11 specialist subject. Right. That'll be the most boring Mastermind. Everyone would be fucking up in arms, wouldn't they? You can't do that. You can't have 9/11 as your I might just start an airline up and call it 9/11 Airlines. 9/11 Airlines, that should go well, shouldn't it? Reminds me of that tragedy. But Operation Northwoods. Let's show you that. We'll have a look at Operation Northwoods. Share screen. Chrome tab. Operation Northwoods, Wikipedia. There you go. Let me see if it's popped. I just want to make sure it's popped up on your screen and you can see it. I'll put it full. There you go. So this is Operation Northwoods. This was it was a false flag operation against American citizens that originated within the U.S. Department of Defense of the United States government in 1962. So whenever anybody says to you, oh no, they don't do any, they've got fucking form. This is 1962. Now I remember that I've spoke about this. That's Operation Northwoods. I'm not going to read from that because it might be utter bollocks. I've not really read it. But from what I remember, they were trying to get Fidel Castro out of power. This guy, Lionel Lemnitzer, he was the chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and he came up with Operation Northwoods, which were vetoed by Kennedy, which is probably one of the reasons why Kennedy were assassinated, because he sacked Lemnitzer, Lionel, who were chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, in 1960, whatever it were, in America, 62. But yeah, it called for, let's see what we can find. See what it says. Provocation related to Operation Mongoose, which you might have heard of. If you've not, then let's see what this. There we go. This is it. This is a copy of the actual document. Sorry, I'm just looking on that side, just making sure it comes up. Top secret, special, blah, blah, blah. Memorandum for the Secretary of Defense. Justification for U.S. military intervention in Cuba. 1. The Joint Chiefs of Staff have considered the attached memorandum for the Chief of Operations, Cuba Project, which responds to a request of that office for brief but precise description of pretexts which would provide justification for military intervention in Cuba. So there you go. There's your first clue. It's providing justification. This is what all this... They don't need to do it now. They can just fucking put any old bollocks on fucking telly and people will buy it. But there's your first clue. So they need justification. 2, the Joint Chiefs of staff recommend that the proposed memorandum be forwarded as a preliminary submission suitable for planning purposes. It is assumed that there will be similar submissions from other agencies and that these inputs will be used as a basis for developing a time-phased plan. Individual projects can then be considered on a case-by-case basis. So essentially what they wanted to do is they wanted to get a fucking a plane. One of the was they're going to get a plane, they're going to fill it with Secret Service agents, but say it's full of high school students. This is, honestly, you can fucking look this up and this is truth. They were going to fill it up with agents. Then that plane would land somewhere and another plane would take off that remotely would take off and then be shot down. An empty plane would be shot down and they blame it on Cuba. And that's essentially what they're doing now. So they're saying now they don't need to do that. Now all they need to do is they just need to get everybody watching television and the television's telling them that Putin's doing this. So that's good enough for them. As far as they're concerned, that's good enough. So this is what we're... Operation Northwoods, there's lots and lots of stuff about it. If you've never researched it, have a good look at that. There you go, Lionel Lemnitzer, Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, and it was rejected. It was rejected by John Kennedy. So that's the 21st of May. What's that? 84. That's when it were reviewed for classification, and classification continued. So in 21st of May 1984, my daughter's birthday. Not 84 though, she's not that fucking old. 21st of May 1984, it was reviewed as they do systematically. You know how they put, like they lock up things, documents for years like Pfizer have done. They can't be reviewed for 75 years. Here it is. That's all that is. It just means that that's what they've done. They've stamped that on there. Excluded from automatic. This is one of the unclassified documents. 13th of March 1962, as you can see, that's the date of it. Joint Chiefs of Staff, Washington, D.C. So this is what we're dealing with. This is not a new thing. This is something that's been going on for years and years and years. And the same thing happened with 9/11. It was the same thing. They need a justification for war. If you look at the what was the Project for a New American Century, the PNAC document that came out in 2000, which said in it that there'd be, because it were a similar thing to that, but it was saying how can we get into another war, and so they had to do something, didn't they? And it actually said in the Project for a New American Century, the Project for a New American Century. I didn't even have a fucking smoke. I'm gonna play a record in a minute. In the Project for a New American Century, it did say, which on the cover had the Twin Towers in crosshairs, and also in it said that any likelihood of people agreeing to this, essentially, the agreeing to the people being happy with this was they needed a new Pearl Harbor, essentially, a catastrophic and catalyzing event like a new Pearl Harbor. That's what they call it. That's what they said. And the 2000 document, the Project for a New American Century, have a look at that as well. PNAC, this is all homework for you to do, but this is nothing new. It's something that's happened over and over and over again. The methods have become more sophisticated as we've gone, apart from, of course, fucking Ukrainian, apparent Ukrainian fucking soldiers dropping the guns and that, or clip falls out of his fucking gun. You see that one? He presses trigger, he puts his finger on trigger, and he fucking clip falls out. It's a fucking prop, you fucking silly cunts. Jesus Christ almighty. Oh dear. And you know, there are people fucking going round. There are people going round now who I know, good people who I know who've not got a fucking pot to piss in, and they're fucking making, they're gathering things up, you know, for donations for Ukrainian children or whatever shit. It's problem, reaction, solution. Yeah, the old Hegelian dialectic, but it's again the problem. COVID, it's a cold, it's going to kill you. Reaction, oh, well, everyone's going to die. Oh, we need a vaccine. Solution, all right, here's your vaccine. In fact, here's fucking 6 of them. Have them all, eat them all, have them shoved in your body, get bummed. Anyway. So, anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just have 5 minutes, take myself to have a... I'm going to finish off. I'm going to start smoking my joint. I'm going to smoke my joint for 5 minutes. I'll find a record. What record shall I play? I'm going to play an Eve record, obviously, because they're the ones that are not. We'll try Flag Day, I think. Flag Day. Alrighty then. So I'll see you in a couple of minutes. In exactly 3 minutes and 50 seconds, I'm just going to play this record, get myself a non-alcoholic beverage. I've got my book. I've written stuff in my book, and I've not even fucking looked. I've got loads. Oh God! Please don't tell me that. Please don't. Who the fucking playing anyway? Actually, no, I've lost a lot of interest. I gave my season ticket up after last year. I've lost complete fucking interest in that. I'm going to play a record, and I shall be back in 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Let me see how I can turn this off. Ooh.
So you thought you'd like to see them heal It's a waste of time if you know what they mean.
Ah, there you go. Oh, fucking camera. Sorry about this. I'm no good with this production thing. There you go. That was Flag Day by Heath, our very own songsmith, as we call him. He's my best mate. He's been my best mate for years. Well, since we were at school. So lives too far away though. So we'll get some time together soon. Hopefully we'll be able to come down and when we do a thing that we all meet up, well, where people will want to come meet up. But anyway, welcome back to Raconteurs News. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed your break. You got yourself topped up and everything. Don't look like I've sent Webby a link. It doesn't look like he's going to be coming in, so I'm going to just have a look at my book that I've just I've written stuff down. This is what I was thinking about last night, actually. In fact, I don't need to read my book. I've put it in here, but I fucking remember it, and I've just written it. I've written down. Just think about this. The International Space Station, as it's called. Let me just check sound. There you go. The International Space Station, as it's called, is it's got 3 Americans on it, I think, and a German and 2 cosmonauts. They'll be fucking fake. I was just thinking about them. What are they going to be doing with these Russians and fucking American ones and German Russians? Are they going to gang up on them? This 3 Americans and this German. Are they going to pick on these fucking Russian cosmonauts? This is what makes it such a fucking joke. You know, what if they were real war? They'd fucking chuck them out at fucking space station into space and let them go off like fucking doing the shit, wouldn't they? But no, it just can you imagine they're up there and fucking doing it, and they're talking to each other, arguing about it. They're arguing about it and everything, and then you get point where they'll wait till Russians have gone to sleep, and then they're fucking going to fart in the space hats and that. Fart in the space hats, and then fucking start throwing right slow punches at each other. In fact, I've got Space Station on here, I think. Let me see if I'm sure I've got Space Station on. No, I've not. Oh, I have. Here we go. There you go. Here we go. So now, we're floating about on Space Station. Oh yeah, and then some cunt comes fucking behind you, and you know his Russian fucking bloke comes floating up. That's what you think they'd be doing, wouldn't it? But they're not. It's because it's utter fucking nonsense. And don't tell me that there's rules of engagement and all that sort of bollocks, because they don't fucking pay any attention to that. Compulsory COVID jabs in care homes scrapped, says Matt Caddy. Oh, good evening to Matt as well. Matt and Donna Caddy will be listening tonight. Mick Ramo as well. Hello, Spanish Chicken. I've just seen some people who I've not seen earlier on. Welsh Dave was in. Good evening to you, Welsh Dave, and happy St. David's Day. I've got to get it right. St. David's Day. Happy St. David's Day, Welsh Dave. I hope you're having a great day and having a good drink in honour of that guy, whoever he was. The space station is a thing. It's not that far above it. It's into thing, is it? I don't think it's a thing. I don't think if there is a thing, it's something floating about in low Earth orbit, but there's no fucker on it. I don't believe there's anybody on it. I don't think you can get any further than low Earth orbit. I don't know how basic physics, how any propulsion system would work in a vacuum, because it relies upon being able to push from against something, with whether that be in air or in a vacuum or even something solid. But in a vacuum, it doesn't work, does it? It just doesn't work at all. You wouldn't be able to it just be pushing against nothing, so it wouldn't even make any difference. So that's just all a load of fucking bollocks. It's a container in Houston, says Spanish Chicken. I wonder how farts travel in space. They're probably really, really fucking smelly. A little bit later on. You know what I mean? Wednesday winning 3-2. Yay! Thank you. Thank you for that. 3-2. Spat. We should be, really. We should be pissing that league, but you can't, can you, these days? And anyway, I don't want to have to fucking say, I stand with Ukraine. I stand with Ukraine in my hand. I did stop this. See it disappear. This is what glitches are in space station, look. Where it suddenly, it goes like, glitches appear like that, but background stays the same. If you look at any, some footage at space station, your hand, when they're doing all that shit and they're fucking like, I ain't got no toe hand, like I'm going to have like a floaty thing. It's over there. Like a ball or something. But it's just stupid. It's just stupid. It's not fucking, it just don't make any sense. They've kicked Russia out of Eurovision. Surely they're going to kick them out of the space station. I mean, what if they decided they were just going to do a piss in summer and think, fuck it, what let's just say Russians or Americans don't attack, and it's just going to be fucking nowhere. What are they going to do? What are you going to do? They're going to be fucking rowing, aren't you? And you're going to ram some fucker's head through fucking side, aren't you? If you really believe that that's your enemy, and you really believe that this is going on. This is where I'm going with Putin, Vladimir Putin. I know there's a lot of people that don't think he's part of the game. I personally think he is part of the game. He's playing his part in the game. But I can understand where there are people. They stopped the Russian ballet at the local theatre. Oh, marvellous. See, they'll stop anything. They're fucking not even. They're not doing the Grand Prix in Sochi next year. That's been cancelled. Everybody's been kicked out of fucking every football club, every football team, Russian national team and Russian teams have been kicked out of football competitions. What's going on? It's what can. Yet this space station thing, I mean, you'd be surely they'd be sending a fucking rocket up to get their cunts out. Or what they're going to do? Are they going to try and occupy it? Where's the outcry for Palestinians? Exactly. The outcry for the Palestinian people. This is all... Now you can spit. Yeah, exactly. I don't need a leg. I don't need two legs now because I'm in my space now. I can just like float about. Ooh. I'm always late now. I'm not Russian. Hey, good one. Spartak Moscow chucked out of Europa. They've all been chucked out. Did you notice they waited for Winter Olympics to finish? They waited for Winter Olympics to finish, didn't they? Because that would have caused the problem. Because there were Russian athletes there. I know Russia are technically banned from it, but these people were competing under the umbrella of the Russian Olympic Committee, which the ROC, and they weren't allowing them to use the flags or fuck all. But it would have been awkward, wouldn't it? And you were in China as well. There were all them people in China. And China... another one. That's another one. I mean, they've been bombing in Taiwan. That's not been on news. China have been bombing Taiwan. Israel have bombed Syria. That's not been on news. It's just complete fucking nonsense. They pick and choose. It's the narrative. It's a game. It's a theatre going off in front of you, and you've got to know that. As long as you know that, you can stay sane. And I think the most important thing in all of this, for people like myself, or I'm not anybody, but people like myself, I've got 65 people listening to me now. I think it's upon me. I've got to. I really should. I really should be talking about how to get through it, rather than telling you, because you know, in your heart of hearts, you know. Nubian has just put we'll just call him the Wednesdayite. I heard that they would stop selling Russian alcohol in the Swedish monopoly system Balaget. It was public news, but I haven't checked if it's true. Right, so they're going to stop selling Russian alcohol in Sweden. See? Here we go. Sorry. That one. There are virtue signalling fools out there who have a Ukraine-themed I've had my jab frame on their Facebook profile. Of course they have. Of course they have. I mean, they'd have had a shit, wouldn't they, if they told them to? You know, have a shit for Britain, for Ukraine. We're donating all our poop, and hopefully then the gases that come from it will be able to heat the Ukrainian people in their hour of need. And I've no doubt there's people in Ukraine are in their hour of need. I've no doubt there's some shit going down in Ukraine, but it's not a Russian invasion, and but it's being cast as one. It's being cast as one. And now, look, I'm not an apologist for Russia. Let me see what that says. There you go. Fuck off. I'm sorry, I've got a little thing down here. The only the mighty Kim has all his nation behind him. A true leader, Kim Jong-un. Is it But here we go, New Bean. I remember the 70s and 80s. There were boycotts against Israeli oranges. How are the people in Palestine nowadays? Exactly. And of course, in the 80s, there were Olympics that were boycotted. The Americans boycotted the Moscow Olympics in 1980, and the Russians boycotted the Los Angeles Olympics in 1984. So, you know, it's just it's just all about getting through it, and not allowing it in your head, because it will get in your head. It got in mine yesterday. I were here, and I thought, I was just sat in, I thought, we'd watched something, me and my missus had watched a film, and then she decided to go to bed. She got a bit of an headache, so obviously that wasn't good for me. I wouldn't go to bed if she got a fucking headache. So I put TV on, and it didn't matter where I went. I couldn't get away from it. You know what? It was they've set up charities. Have a look at the charity. There'll be tons of charities that are sending money and things to Ukraine. They'll have already been set up. They'll have been set up long before this. You find it all the time. All the time. They've been doing it over and over and over again, and the trick to it is to not participate in it. Because if you participate in it, you're making it real. It is actually becoming real. It becomes real. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. We know there's never going to be a nuclear bomb set off anywhere. There's not going to be a nuclear bomb. Nobody's going to bomb anybody with a nuke. That's not going to happen. It just isn't going to happen. I don't care what whether you think aliens are going to fucking stop them, or there just isn't going to ever be any nuclear bombs. None. We get it all the time. It's the same shit. 60s, what were it? Cold War, communism, the communists, Red China, communists. Fucking America. They stand there like Like, red tech, just calling everyone names. And like, having a go at them and fucking... They're picking on people. They're fucking bullies. But it's part... These bullies are part of theatre. They're allowing it to happen to themselves. And what do you do when fucking biggest cunt in playground comes over and decides to give you a clip right ear oil? That's it, innit? He gives you a clip right ear oil, and then you hope he's fucking goes on to someone else. I'm quite calm and happy with the situation, says Chris Partridge. The people I know there are finally safe after 8 years. Right? Yeah, exactly. The people who didn't want the fucking NATO wanting to... That were another thing, weren't it? They wanted to get into the European Union, apparently. So all that NATO shit, they've been in there for all that time, NATO, and it's having an occupation. So you've got NATO that's in Ukraine. NATO is in Ukraine. Nice one. So it's akin to Russia being in Scotland. It's the same thing. Ukraine and Russia have got ties. They used to be the same country, part of the Soviet Union. Same country. We get told that they didn't want to, that they broke off, and that we get told that they don't want to. But people in Ukraine, they feel that they're more Russian than they do feel that they're Western. They're more of the East than the West, the same region. So it's like Scotland. If Russia were invading Scotland, was in Scotland, occupied Scotland, Russia occupied Scotland, would we like it? Would we fuck? And that's exactly what's been going on for years and years and years. NATO has occupied Ukraine. That's if you want to break it down into what it is. But it is, if you break it really, really down to the last minute detail, it's nothing. It's a show. It's for us. We are the people. It's, in fact, let me just get my books. I did write some things in here that I did want to, and I did fucking these are just things I've written down, and I don't write much down. I'm not a writer or downerer. So I did that Floor and AIDS. I'm in this this Telegram group, and somebody on that, it's a friend of mine who somebody I know anyway, from many years ago, from Owlstalk forums, back when I had two legs and I used to go out and do stuff and what have you. But they were me and this guy that were the only ones that weren't fucking wokey, and we just got, every time we posted anything, we just got fucking hammered by all the rest of the posters. So I never bothered there, and I've not seen him for a while. Then I noticed that his number was still in my phone, and it popped up that he were on Telegram. So I sent him a message. Oh, we've been in touch, and he's got this Telegram group. I'm getting fucking going right round fucking houses to get to this, but somebody on there posted an article, and I thought it was really interesting. And it was like it was talking about we're getting into a situation where we're getting learned despair, learned helplessness, learned indefinition. So we're not being we can't define ourselves anymore. We can't. We're learning to be undefined, so that we're just a faceless robot, really. You're born as an individual, and a lot of people die as a copy. One of the things I've fucking seen. Yeah, and then you get into this, and you get. I've written outside of this. This is how to create issue groups, and compartmentalize opposition. So you get all these things coming on board, and you'll get all these different groups that people are identifying themselves with. I identify with slip it chunk. Ukraine, that's what they're saying. I mean, I don't identify with anybody. I'm me, that's it. I'm here, I'm fucking in space, look, floating around like a twat. But, everyone's compartmentalised into a different issue, a different thing, and it's not only the mainstream media that's doing this as well. What you've got to remember is the alternative media. They've got bills to pay. They've got the stuff they need for. You've got to get the money. They've got to get the money in. They've got to keep going. They've got to keep going on and on and on and on. So everything, they wrap their little world around everything, and it's all part of the same grand scheme, which it is. It is part of the same grand scheme, but it's not quite the grand scheme that you're being told. This is great for crypto, says Health Freedom UK, as the markets are going up as ruble collapses. That's from Health Freedom UK. Dinny as well, yes, billion. Chris Partridge, still 1918, check your history. Oh, I think they're having a row. I think someone's having a row. That's just a little bit of what I'd written down. I saw a good fucking thing overnight, you know. Alright, okay. Right, okay. So, war. Let's just say war and issues and all these things. So you get these issues that come up. There's war, there's disease, there's terrorism, there's all these different things that always rear their ugly heads, and the spectres, these enemies of ours that we can't even see. Hang on a minute, I just need to turn blasters on. Oh, hang on, I just need to turn blasters on. That's it, everything's sorted. We'll be all right for tonight. But yeah, you get all these different things. So you've got war, you've got disease, like we've said, and there's fucking what were the other one? Fucking 9/11. Then you've got Millennium Bug. Remember that? I mean, that Millennium Bug and 9/11 are pretty close, aren't they? There's only like nearly just under 2 years between them. So I've put all this it gets people who are on Facebook and things like that, social media, and they not want it. This is what I've written down. I don't know when it were, but this is what I've written down. I've written down Facebook. I've put people not wanting to stray from the herd, therefore reinforcing and spreading confirmation bias. This works the same in the so-called alternative community. So what I'm trying to say here is that everybody's confirmation bias. No, there's not very many people that would say that are independent thinkers. They will say they're independent thinkers. They'll say they're critical thinkers, but they won't say that they're independent. But they can't really say that they're really independent thinkers because it all comes from somewhere. I mean, my stuff, it's all stuff that comes into my head, and I think about it, and then I try and spew it out on this show. But it's the same in the alternative. The two cheeks of the same arse is the media and the alternative media. You get people that I do this show, right? I've got 57 people listening to me at the moment. I do this show. I do this show because I like sitting here and talking out of my arse. I don't want the responsibility of lots and lots of subscribers and lots of likes and things like that. I don't need reinforcing by likes and subscriptions and all that sort of shit. It don't mean anything to me. It's fine. So I can say pretty much what I want on here about who I want. But if I'm at that top table, if I'm, for example, Mark Devlin, if I'm at that top table, I've got to that top table and there's something that I fundamentally disagree with somebody else who's at that top table on that stage at them rallies, you can't really bring it up, because otherwise then you lose your seat. You know what I mean? And so I'm sitting here and I can do this because I'm beholden to nobody. I don't have to. If somebody says that, I don't want to come on, I don't like you, you're a cunt, you said this, fine. Don't come on then, it's fine. I'll just keep calling you a cunt. But so you've got to remember, you've got to just have that in mind when you see this, when you see these things. I see Gareth Icke tweets quite a lot of stuff, and he also tweets quite a lot of stuff like that, his family and stuff like that, which I don't agree with. If you're going to be doing things on these issues, I wouldn't. He's trying to appear as though he's like an everyman. It's all appearance. It's all appearance. It don't. I don't need no appearances. I've got fucking no hair. I've got one leg, and I've got fucking manky teeth, and I wear glasses. So that's just but that's who I am. It's me. That's just who I am. I'm not beholden to anybody else because I don't care. I do care about people who listen, but I'm not bothered about. I don't care that I could piss somebody off. There you go, JJ. I'll give you a wave. Ooh. Yeah, I'm on the International Space Station. There's me and a couple of other Russians. I've come up here because Russians needed some reinforcement against these fucking Americans. So what I know about Americans is really, truly, the fucking pussies, especially when it comes to Brits, because they just think they really are pussies when it comes to Brits. Sorry. I'm just recalling a time when I fucking... well, anyway. USS Abraham Lincoln. Who do you think in this space station has been in a brawl with with somebody on the USS Abraham Lincoln? There you go. So I can always fall out with Americans. So I'm up here. They've sent for me, and I've come and I'm gonna get the Americans, right. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna float over with my fucking space hat on. Float over with my space hat on, and then I'm gonna fucking rip his space hat off and fucking fart in it, and then fucking stick it back on his head, and then open fucking doors, so it lets all shit out. There it goes, see? And then I'll take his space hat off after, and I'll do that with his, get his head on it. Yeah, I'll demonstrate with Colin here. I'll go like that. Oi, now then, you fucking American bastard. Now then, you American bastard. What are you doing with my fucking Russian friends? Yes, fucking you cunt. See? Fucking, I tell you, he's just note but a cunt. Anyway, I am going to I am on the side of the Russians up here because they're outnumbered on this space station. They're outnumbered, so I'm on their side. So I'm going to kick your heads in. All right, you lot. All right. So just don't fucking run off, you fucking little weedy gay bastard. He's fucking gone. Fucking Americans. Fucking Colin, the cunt. So, yeah, I'm up here on Space Station. Me and some Americans. And Uni, shut up. I will get you on, but I need to do it in my own time. This is difficult. This is a difficult time for me, this. And the president of Ukraine is Jewish as well. For fuck's sake, don't get Uni started on that. Look, that don't fucking matter. He's a cunt. He's a puppet, and he's been put there by NATO. So, their fucking revolution weren't. Here we go. This is fucking brilliant, I wrote this down. This is brilliant stuff. I don't know when I wrote it down. I can't remember writing this down. It's only been it last week or so. So there we go. In the so-called alt community, I did that bit. Then I put, so who benefits? ? They all do. The MSM benefit by spreading propaganda which is dependent on the recipient having stopped evolving as a human being past adolescence. That's fucking hell, that's true though, that, isn't it? Past adolescence, you stop evolving, you don't become a human being, you don't evolve any further than adolescence. Most people don't evolve any further than adolescence. They still find the same things funny that they did when they were a kid. The same, when they were in their adolescence. And everybody yearns back to that because that's essentially what they are and that's what they want to be. But because they've moved on and their life's moved on and they've got more responsibility, they can't take it. Fucking good stuff. This, you want to buy one of these books when I publish them. Past adolescence. And then I've got a thing there as well. I've put a star mark on it. I don't know what for. Yeah, there we go. Those who do get past being 18 mentally and grow as humans into free thinkers, they still have the frailties, i.e. ego and competition. So they still have the same frailties. If you do get older, most people still have the same frailties, ego, and being in competition with things. You've still got that, even if you do evolve past that, and you are becoming a free thinker. So there are people that are what they call free thinkers, but then they get into free thinking for money. And it's the same free thinking that they're doing. Prince Andrew forgotten. Yeah, exactly. Prince Andrew's forgotten. We've forgotten about him. Most people have forgotten about COVID apart from them fucking morons who still wearing masks. I still see them going round with masks on. Jesus Christ. Jace, like the 7 ages of man. Your book could be the 7 ages of Jason. Yeah, exactly. 7 ages of Jason. Yeah, I mind. It's just shit I write down. That's all it is. It's not fucking... It's not fucking rocket science. It's just shit that I fucking write down and stuff. That's all. It's just fucking... But I'm a bit of a pedantic wanker, and I have to use a fountain pen. I can't use... So I've got fountain pens knocking about everywhere, which means ink gets everywhere. Jace probably uses that raccoon for scary things. I don't use it for anything. It's here, look. It's here. There you go. Say hello to everybody, Colin. Oh, look, he's floating as well. Ooh. Yeah. But yeah, he's... no, not inappropriate things. Colin, you're going to have to go to the side, mate. Yeah, so it's what do we do? What do we do? You sit back and you watch it, you crack open a fucking beer, you watch all the fucking morons go running about with their arms in air, screaming, fucking Putin, this Russian, that fucking, God knows this, God knows fucking that. And just watch it, because otherwise you're going to send yourself wappy. And last night, I spent a little bit, I honestly spent, must have only been 5 minutes after the film had finished. After the film had finished, my missus went to bed. And it could only be 5 minutes, and I couldn't fucking watch it, because no matter what I put on, it had undertones, connotations on, football commentators going on about what's going on in Europe. What the fuck do they know? What does Martin Tyler know about fucking Ukraine situation? Does he just read shit? Someone just have a shit on a fucking cue card for him, spread it all over and then stick it on fucking Stick it there, stick it in front of him, and he just licks it, and then that comes out of his mouth. I think that's what happens. Free or farting, or leave me alone. I'd say, fucking Dinny called me a fucking pheasant earlier on. I remember me called a pheasant before. We had a chat earlier. Which brings me on to, I wanted to talk about these fucking charlatans. Now, I know that some of you will know this guy, and some of you will know him, and I'm hoping that he knows that I've said, because I know him. I knew him briefly until fucking he was just a complete and utter fucking cunt. So I just fucked that off. But his name's what's his name? Sean Maguire. Now I know a few people who he's had the fucking pants down off. And this is his modus operandi. He used to be on he used to be on before us, I think, or after us, on a People's Internet Radio years ago when me and Andy started. When we first started, we were on People's Internet Radio, and he were on there, and they didn't like us, and we didn't like them. They didn't like us because they fucking hated, because it were Irish, and they just fucking mostly hated English people that came, not guests, but the presenters. That's the impression I got anyway. That's the impression I got from that's the impression I got from him, from the people I were around. I didn't really have much to do with him. We weren't there very long. But this guy called Sean Maguire. Now, this guy, Sean Maguire, is a fucking charlatan. And I just want, because somebody sent me this today, he's sending out fucking begging letters again. And this is a bloke who has had thousands of pounds from people. Thousands of pounds from people that he's promised to pay back, and he never has. But he keeps doing his fucking show. It's crap as well. Andy also told us that me and Andy stole the fucking gear from a PIR, which I never left my house. So I don't know what fucking gear I was supposed to have nicked from him. But anyway, that's what he said. A complete and utter fucking tosser. So I'm going to read this. This is him. So just be wary of this guy. And you know what I'm hoping, because he's got a right to reply. I'm hoping he'll come on and have his reply, because I'm sat here, and for all I know, I could be slandering him, but I don't think I am. And if I am, if he's got any excuses or whatever, if he's got a right to reply. But anyway, this guy, this is fucking priceless. This absolutely fucking priceless. So he says, hi to everyone, both previous guests and my listeners. This is an appeal I hope not to make. It's an appeal that he hoped he didn't have to make. I have recently been kidnapped, incarcerated without trial charges, and with many of everyone's human rights ignored. I don't know what the fuck he's fucking on about. So he's trying to say he's been kidnapped and incarcerated. So he's been arrested for something, he says, without trial or charges. And so he's been incarcerated without trial or charges, with many of everyone's human rights ignored. Now, this is the key one for me. This is the key phrase in this one here. They even denied I was there. So he's just making it up. He reckons he's been fucking nicked. So anyway, so he reckons he's been arrested. I don't fucking buy it. I could do it in his accent, but I don't think I can do, a really camp gay Irish accent. He thought we out lisping it up, like Richie Allen. I know Richie's not camp, but like I don't seem to be able to do an Irish accent without lisping it up these days. But he's He's got this really effeminate voice. Well, he did have anyway. When I heard him, that's what I thought. Anyway, it's a long story. So they've denied he were there, and it's a long story. I'm in court on the 16th of March here in Ireland. So he's in court, but there were no charges. So what's he in court for? I don't know. Does it work like that in? If he's not charged with anything, do they do that in Ireland? Do they not charge you and then make you go to court? So he's in court on 16th of March here in Ireland. You could tell what's coming, can't you? It's like one of them fucking Nigerian princes, isn't it? He's on 16th March here in Ireland. I will be attempting to have my hearing, in inverted commas, heard under the 1919 Constitution for the Republic of Ireland. I need your help. And yes, it's financial. We're getting to it. Finally, he's getting to the fucking point. Finally. And it's financial at present. I have been helped by friends so far and thank them all. Now I need to ask again. They are hitting me every way they can and money is a problem. I don't think I hardly ever asked whilst bringing you out of the bag for the last 13 years. Yeah, $5,000 of that weren't fucking even his. If, and only if, you can easily afford it, please donate to my PayPal and blah blah accounts as soon as possible, and I'll be getting back on air as soon as possible. So the cunt is then saying, you're not coming, I won't be able to come back on. Unless you get me. This guy's called Sean Maguire. He does a show on, I don't know, I don't think it's People's Internet Radio is there anymore, but he does a show of some sort, Out of the Bag Radio .weebly. Classy. But anyway, he's open to interviews, he says, so I might get in touch with him and see, because he's not going to watch this, but if someone fucking can clip this bit and send it, that'd be fucking great. Hey, oh. Ooh. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to see if I can invite him on, but that's Sean Maguire. Don't, just make sure you just stop fucking away at that cunt. Yeah, I'd like to get him on and all, because you know the fucking utter wanker. I mean, he's got such a little limp dick fucking attitude. It's of him, you know what I mean? He's like a victim. I'll be able to get back on the air again if you give me some money. Fucking, we started, me, Ada, Andy, Ada, and Webby. We've all been on this show, presented as own shows. Nobody's fucking had any, big donations. I've had donations, but those are from people that wanted to donate. And I did say, look, I'm not saying that if I can't get enough money donated that I won't be doing show anymore. I never said that, because I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying if you could, and it got me a laptop for this show, and this show's really happy for it, and it keeps us going. And of course, Super Leeds has been paying for StreamYard for the last 3 years, so big thanks to him as well. And I hope you're all right, mate. I did phone you the other day and left you a message. So if you can get back to me at some point, pal, I will venture to get up and see you. So it's just, look, they're all at it. Even that cunt who's only selling fucking gay poems, I think that's what he does. He wrote a book of gay poems, I think. Not gay poems, poems. But because he reads them and he's got really a camp voice. What do you associate a camp voice with a gay man, don't you? You don't, oh, come on, love. You don't do that if you, I don't know. Apparently he's got kids. So did fucking Oscar Wilde. So yeah, if you see it, Sean, or anybody knows Sean, just tell him, show him this little clip, and he can tell him to come on and have his right to reply. I give everybody a right to reply. Anybody, if I say anything about on here, I give him a right to reply. Perhaps not Neil Sanders as much these days, because you all just seem to fucking hate him. But I will be getting him on again soon. You buy the book, Jimmy Law. Yeah. Right. They're either merching or scrounging. They are. Not exactly Brian Sewell. Who's Brian Sewell? Oh, okay. I don't know who fucking Brian Sewell were. Come on, fucking hell. Hang on. Decided to stage a jumble sale. So we got we've got 4 minutes left. Anyway, look, I'll go extra half hour. If anybody wants to come on. Anybody wants to come on, I'll do an extra half hour. I know Uni's going to come on. I know Uni's going to come on, and hopefully Dinny will come on as well. There you go, Dinny. Yep, we talked about it. Yeah, so you've just got to be careful. People will tell you what you want to hear, and they'll tell you what you want to hear so that they can get you and sell you some shit. You go on David Icke's site, anybody's site, they've got fucking merchandise. You'll not find any merchandise here. If I buy I might, at one point, print some T-shirts off. And if I do, I'm going to fucking give them away. So I'm not going to sell them. It's not going to be... This is not a fucking business. It's just me sounding off. Right, Uni.
Yeah, what's up?
What about you, Uni?
Oh, what's up?
I'm all right. How are you? Can't hear you very well.
All right, is this better?
Well, it's louder. I wouldn't say better.
Oh. Yeah, this honestly, this Ukraine thing is making me fucking sick to my stomach. Not because of the event itself, but because of just this virtue signaling that people are doing. It's disgusting. Like, is it okay if I rant for a couple seconds?
You go on, mate. You've been waiting long enough.
Okay, so all of these motherfuckers, and I'm not talking about anyone in the chat, all of these motherfuckers who are now saying, "Oh my God, I feel so bad for the Ukrainian people. I stand with them. Oh my God, the evil Russians. You know, they're fucking disgracing their freedoms or whatever." You people don't give a single flat fuck about their freedoms. You didn't stand up for your freedoms when this COVID shit happened, or any of this other shit that's happened to Ukraine over the years. It's just like, because you put the thing on your face because the media told you to. You took the jab because the media told you to, and now you're feeling bad for the Ukrainians because the media told you to. Fuck out of here, fucking virtue signaling garbage. It's disgusting. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry.
That's all right, mate. That's all right. Someone just said that they could hear some echoing.
Oh.
It's probably me, mate. It's probably me. Kate and Will sent a message of support to Ukraine. You know they are, don't you?
What?
Whoa.
What'd you say?
I said Kate and William and Kate. Royalties now, they're sending their fucking love and... I think it's me that's echoing, mate. But they're sending their message of support as well. So I bet everyone's pleased. Everyone in Ukraine, fucking brilliant.
For God's sake, the fucking the mainstream media is even using footage from video games and saying that it's footage from Ukraine. It's fucking stupid. It's so stupid. And freaking there's a piece of footage from Italian mainstream media where you see where a reporter is allegedly trying to cover himself from the bombs, like trying to take cover and all that dumb shit. But in the background of the footage, you can see regular citizens just going into a supermarket and going about their business. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
It is. But people trust that, don't they? They trust TV. For some reason, they trust TV. Probably because they used to, when the telly says that their favourite programme's going to be on at a particular time, it's on. So when the telly says, Russia's invaded Ukraine, then They believe that as well. I mean, that's just how Sir Tony blah blah blah. They believe that as well. I mean, that's just how. Oops. Sir Tony blah blah blah. Who's that?
None of your business.
All right. Dinny, fuck 'em.
Double fuck 'em. How's it going, Taylor? How's it going, Jason?
All good here, mate.
Look at all the strange names. Jason Gorns and fucking Ukraine and Sir Tony blah, blah, blah.
No, Jason Gnomes. Jason Holmes.
All right.
You see? Jason Holmes. See? That's how I've just put it down to that. So what's going on in your woods then, Dinny? Are you been fucking out wrestling bears with Putin?
No, I'm fucking off though. I'm sick of it. I'm sick. One fear into the next, man. I'm sick of it. Fucking.
That's exactly what it is.
From Brexit to fucking COVID to fucking this. I'm sick of it. It's all lies. It's just all bullshit.
Complete bullshit.
Yo, Jason, do you mind if I play if I play a video? If I share a video?
Yeah, go on.
All right, hold on. I need to actually get it. It's from library.com. Let me see if I can. Oh, never mind. Odyssey, I'm going to say. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to try to make sure that the actual audio plays.
You have to show the screen, Taylor.
Entire screen. I could share entire screen, or should I just share like a certain window? This is here it is. There. Okay, can you see?
Hang on. No. Oh, yeah, there you go.
All right. Tell me if you can hear it.
Taking some time out to think about this particular moment in history we find ourselves in right now, because
I didn't want to get swept up in the narrative and produce something that was going to be too
Is there an echo?
reactionary. We've apparently just come out of an alleged global pandemic, only to find ourselves conveniently dropped into another major global crisis in the form of a possible third world war. This Russia-Ukraine conflict. Everyone on our side of the political aisle is trying to figure out what's happening. I'm seeing many people in the wider nationalist or dissident movement offering compelling theories. I'm seeing some saying that Russia is kind of the enemy of my enemy, which is to say that Putin stands against many of the banking cartels behind the New World Order and globalism. Therefore, he represents the lesser of two evils. I think this is a nice theory, but it's again falling into the trap of choosing a side in this conflict. And that's exactly what they want us to do, to become emotionally invested in their game, in their shadows on the wall
of Plato's cave.
Dude!
Connect with the characters and stories
We can hear
of the political soap opera.
Oh, sorry.
Dude, took it off.
Sorry.
We could hear it coming through. It were echoing, mate. It were really echoing. So
okay, I'll try to mute my side and
I think we got the drift of what he was saying.
Just mute your YouTube thing. Hello, Jimmy.
How you doing?
I'm all right, mate.
I'm good.
You know
How you,
what?
Jason?
Can you see my name in chat, Dennis Carr? Fucking YouTube fucking banned me for typing fuck Ukraine. Honestly.
Well, you're going to have to learn to speak in code, Daniel.
No, I'm not going to fucking learn that, Jimmy. No, you're wrong, mate. Fuck Ukraine.
It's wartime.
Raconteurs news are going to get banned now, but
it's wartime, you know. We have to make up our, we have to try and get around the Enigma machine. So,
and, Jimmy, I lost my fucking bouncer. Anyway, how's you, Jimmy, mate? Did you see what Jason was talking about tonight about? Let's not mention his name. Fucking disgusting, mate. Do you know he sent that to me? What a cheeky, low-down piece of shit.
What was that?
Sean McGuire bullshit.
Oh, that prick! Jesus Christ! Yeah, no, look, he's just a prick. Don't worry about him. In fact, like you've got a nice, reputable show, Jason, and you don't want to really bring your show down into the sewer. So, you can get a better class of guests like uni, for example. And
At least you know you're going with fucking uni, Jimmy.
Yeah.
But what a fucking tosspot, eh? How did he get away with the shit? But anyway, enough about him. Fuck it. How's your sex life, Jimmy?
Oh yeah, it's all right, man. Self-love is the best kind of love.
I'm going off the drink tomorrow, Jimmy. Ash Wednesday tomorrow. I am, seriously.
For what? Just a day, is it?
No, I'm going off it tomorrow. I'm going to join you.
Really? You're going to take a bit of a break? Well, fair play. Fair play.
Seriously.
Good luck with that.
I'm not joking either. I was talking to Jason today. I was telling Jason. I'm seriously going off it tomorrow, so don't speak to me. Don't fucking come near me, man. I'm going to get rabbits a bag of cats, man.
God help the poor bears around your house then, because they're in
I'll
trouble.
fucking eat the cunts.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's that bad. I don't know yet. I'm drinking like fuck tonight.
Oh, well, Mick, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. It's not. I don't know who said that, but it's always stuck in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only thing is, if you drink too much today, tomorrow you fucking do die. So.
See, I don't. I'm not too sure. Like this thing about giving up. I'm giving up the drink tomorrow. It's like because tomorrow never comes, really. It's only now. So.
Well, thanks for cheering me up, Jimmy.
I'm going to wish you good luck with that, and I hope you get the positive results I've got. Here I am. I think officially 2 months off the booze now. Officially, yeah. First of January I quit, and here we are, 1st of March.
No, fair play to you, Jimmy. Fair play to you, mate.
Keep going. What do you drink, Taylor?
I drink apple juice and I drink water. That's what I drink.
Phew, thank fuck. I thought you were going to say something really naughty there.
Wait, you thought I was going to say jizz or something?
No.
What's that comedy show that used to be on from England? And there was this guy, and he'd come in to visit his friend, and there's his friend sitting on his mom's lap. Like his friend was about maybe 25 or 30, and he was suckling on his mom's breast. What was that show?
What was that?
With the big guy, the 25, 30-year-old sitting on his mom's knee, suckling on his mom's breast. It was a comedy show from years ago.
Little Britain.
Little Britain, yeah. That was. I was kind of half worried you were going to come out and say something like that. Thank fuck.
You won't get away with Little Britain now, would they? Because they were that one of them's been in trouble because they blacked up, didn't they? So they'd never get away with that now.
Probably humor is in the toilet anyway, as far as I can see. For about 20 years now, I just haven't been able to get humor anymore. I just don't watch it. Maybe stuff prior to 2000 that I still watch, like modern humor. I just don't get it. It just bores me to tears.
Jimmy, they all waving Ukraine flags there in Ireland, are they?
I don't know.
Your fucking head in.
I don't know, to be honest. I haven't been out really at all. I haven't seen anybody. I actually had a visitor today, so it wouldn't surprise me if they're all wearing these Ukrainian flags and they're all Ukrainian, but most of them wouldn't have a fucking clue of anything about the history of that country, really, at the end of the day. Because I mean, like most people don't realize that Russian people, the actual Russian people originate from Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter whether you're from Ukraine or Russia. They're beautiful people, both sides. Ukrainian people, and they're beautiful. We're talking about people. It's all
But
governments.
they've got more in
It's just
common
all to do with
culturally.
the people. The Russians don't want war. It's all about politics again. But I'm not going down another fucking rabbit hole. I've had enough of fucking JFK, 9/11. I've had enough of this shit. It's time to turn off. I don't give a fuck anymore. Does that make any sense, Jimmy? I don't give a flying fuck anymore. Fuck them. I've had enough of bullshit.
Yeah, well,
I'm sick of taking all this shit. I've got more important things to do in life.
Yeah, well, that's why it's important to take a break from time to time. So you're going into.
I'm taking a big break.
Yeah, well, why not, man? Why not?
I don't mean that bad, Jimmy. You know that.
Oh yes. By the way, to address what people are saying in the chat, yes, Dresden was more people more people were killed in one night in Dresden than in all of the German bombings of London combined. Like more people died in one night. It was fucking disgusting. Oh, and speaking of that, around that time, we didn't seem to care about Ukraine when Stalin was doing the Holodomor to fucking Ukraine back in the day. We even recognized the Soviet Union at that time. We gave them money. We gave them tanks. We gave them guns. Oh, but now we care about them.
All these sanctions against Russia, sanctions against. Where was the sanctions against Great Britain and the USA
and
for
Israel?
murdering over 1.2 million people in Afghanistan and Iraq, looking for looking for weapons of mass destruction? Where was the sanctions against Great Britain and the USA?
Exactly.
Nothing. Who the fuck do these fuckers think they are? Not Jason or anybody who's English. Where were the fucking sanctions? Your governments were doing it. 2 million people on the streets of London against the fucking war in fucking Iraq.
And that's just London. That's also not counting the U.S. Protests against, Fucking, you remember that one guy who threw a shoe at George Bush and during a speech? That was.
Where was the sanctions against USA and Great Britain? Huh?
Well, we don't have to worry about the sanctions this time around.
The bosses, get out of the way. Same as Vietnam. You know, in Vietnam, they told the French, get out of the way, we'll do it. We're the best in the world. We're the heroes.
You know, the French were actually begging for assistance against the
Why doesn't... it doesn't matter. I'll shut up because I'll get fucking angry. It annoys me. That's why I'm turning off this shit. I'm sick. Listen to it. It's one fear pot to the fucking next. There's more important things in life. Sorry, Jason. Go ahead, mate.
No, you're right, mate.
I'm sick of it.
I learned something really interesting about Ukraine a few days ago. Did you know that Ukraine was once called Khazar?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
That was
Khazar, yeah.
That was mind blowing. So obviously, like the Khazar, that's obviously connected to Khazaria in some way, shape, or form. Would that be the southern part of where the Khazar warriors would have come out of?
What was that again?
That part of Ukraine, would that have been where the Khazar warriors would have originated from?
I don't know, Jim. I don't know.
He killed over 10 million Ukrainians, fucking Stalin, with his Holodomor.
Yeah, fucking uni always has to come in with something that's completely different off in it. I mean, we were talking about alcohol.
You're the one that put the comment on the screen.
No. Would you listen to Jimmy, Taylor? What was the question again, Jimmy?
Well, I just did, because if it's called Khazar, right, then obviously that's where the Khazar warriors came from.
Yeah, they're the original Jewish people. They became Jewish people.
Yeah, they're the Jews that are not really the Jews.
That's right. Yeah, the Khazarians. Max Egan talked about them. I think they were from 8th century, somewhere around 8th century. But they were. It was called Khazar and the Khazarians.
Yeah.
And he said, this is Max Egan, said that they were such fucking savages that nobody had ever do any fucking trade with them or anything like that because they were such cunts. and then they got ran out of the country because people were just pissed off with him because they were in a really, next at sea.
Yeah, you had Rome. The Roman Empire was building to their west, and then you had was it Tartar? Was it called Tartar at that stage? Or it was Tartar a long time before that. Tartar went to the east, and they were getting surrounded, and they didn't want to get caught in the middle, so they converted to Judaism.
Yeah. My understanding. Yeah, that's what Max Egan said anyway.
Yeah,
but yeah, it is. Like you say, it's mind blowing. It's obviously an important place. It's right on coast, isn't it? On what is it? Fucking Black Sea, is it?
On the Black Sea, yeah.
Do you know in Germany, right? That TV. Heath was saying get rid of your TVs, right? They're showing a program now how to protect yourself in a nuclear war. I mean,
Cold War.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
The Russians are coming.
Fear. I don't want to live in this shit anymore. I don't want to live in this shit anymore, Jimmy. I'm fucking sick of it. I've been living this shit too fucking long.
But did he? You can get rid of that shit. Get back to what ain't shit. Like, you live in a fucking forest. You were saying this earlier on.
Mate.
For fuck's sake, you live in a forest. You could be out fucking scrumping fucking, your own land.
I totally agree with you, Jason. I totally agree with you. My wife tells me that every day. She says, for fuck's sake, get away from that shit. It's doing your head in. It is doing my head in. Sorry, folks.
That's right, which is why it's important to switch off. I switch off when I'm not on here. I switch off. I do catch things, obviously, and I do see things. But most of my time, when I'm not on here, ain't thinking about all this shit. It's thinking about, what I've got to, going swimming and getting out and doing stuff. Because I spent so long cooped up in here that now I can get out. There just doesn't seem to. What's fucking point in worrying you, Sen, about it? In fact, it's not even worry, is it? It irritates me. And irritation's probably fucking worse than fear.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jason. Yeah, I'm sick of it. I'm fucking out, man.
I know it's a shitty topic, but it is a topic of the day. But I think the whole curious thing for me about this Ukrainian business really is the surfacing of these bioweapons labs. What's it, 10 or 11 bioweapons labs? Which it never came on my radar before, but the fact that they've turned up just now is very, very interesting. I've been having a few thoughts about those bioweapon labs. Has Russia gone in there to neutralize those bioweapons labs, or on the other hand, is this the
Jimmy? You're going down the same rabbit hole now.
Hold on.
You're going down the rabbit hole now.
Is this the tech? Yeah, but I'm okay. You're the one who needs to take a break from it, not me.
All right, I agree with you, Jimmy. Fair enough. Yeah, fair play to you, man.
And just to finish my point, is it Russia taking out the nuclear or the bioweapons labs, or is there a transfer of technology taking place? I just found that thought quite interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. It is. We don't know. I mean, we're not party to it, are we? That's the thing. I mean, we're all out here speculating and trying to work out what the fucking hell's going on when really there's no way of fucking knowing. There's just no way of knowing. Your confirmation bias will work either way. Whether you believe Russia's invaded Ukraine or you believe that it's a fucking false flag fucking, that they're trying to demonize Russia. It's always Russia. I mean, come on. Let's just face it. Let's just think about this, right? If your fucking biggest, hardest fucking kid, if your second biggest, hardest kid in fucking school, right? You don't go after the fucking biggest, hardest kid, do you? You do what America's essentially been doing, which is going after little kids like fucking Syria, Iraq, Iran. Sorry, not Iran, but fucking wanted
Iraq.
Afghanistan. Yeah, they've been in all these fucking places, and it's the same thing over and over again. Do you remember? I was watching. I watched other night a video that's on Nolan Ganwich's channel, and it's called the 9/11 conspiracy, the 9/11 news special you never saw. And it's about an hour and a half. And if you look at that, and you look at today, I mean, that were made 20 years ago, and you look at today, and you can see the clues, because in that it references when the first Gulf War, when they said that the Iraqis had invaded Kuwait, didn't they? They said Iraqis had invaded Kuwait. And they were the Kuwaiti. They had a lass there, a young girl who gave fucking a speech to UN saying, "I were in Kuwait and they were taking newborn babies out of incubators and just dropping them, and kicking them about and things like that. Really emotive stuff."
Yeah.
And it turned out she was actually the Kuwaiti ambassador's fucking daughter. Right, and it were all fucking made up. It were all complete and utter fucking lies. So it's just happening again. So if you get a chance, have a watch of that. It's Nolan Ganwich. It's my other fucking. It's my pseudonym that I go on, so nobody knows who I am. When I go on things. So just if you look back at that. That looks back at that, so it's almost as if you've seen it for a third time in your lifetime. You're seeing the same MO play out for the third time. We had it in the 90s, the early 90s. We Iraq, the first Gulf War, and then we had it with the second Gulf War after 9/11. And then we've got it now. We've got a similar situation where we're told that a place that NATO took over not long ago and installed a puppet during that fucking Orange Revolution. And we know that's NATO. It's essentially a NATO country, and they're saying that Russia's invading them when actually, if you think about it, it's more likely that the Russian people the Ukrainian people would identify more with Russians. Like I said earlier, it's like fucking Russia being in control of Scotland. We wouldn't be very happy, would we? And neither would Scottish people either.
No, well, at the end of the day, the problem with Donbass and Lugansk started back in 2014, really, like when
Rabbit hole, Jimmy, rabbit hole.
Yeah, well, it started back in 2014.
Sorry, mate, I'm not trying to be rude, but
you are being though. So, like you say, you need to take a break. You don't go on, Jimmy.
Yeah, so when Zelensky was installed, basically, that's what caused the People's Republics to come into formation. Donetsk and Lugansk broke away because they were not impressed really with the takeover of Ukraine. And so they decided, okay, well, we're not going this road with you. You're on your own. So that's where this problem really goes back to.
Yeah, and Donetsk is part of Russia now, isn't it? It's considered part of Russia. And Sheffield is fucking twinned with Donetsk.
Yeah, you may watch out.
I swear to fuck, gas masks will be out of fucking sale shortly.
Sorry, I've already got mine.
What?
Yeah, that's an important thing about. Well, back when when first news broke about this deadly pandemic, and I had a choice to make. I said, right, well, because back at that time, I really did believe there was something really bad on the way. So I have a decent mask. You wouldn't catch me out dead with one of those cloth masks on the face because I know they're worth it. So I actually have a proper mask for dealing with chemicals. And it's not just that I bought it for the war or anything like that, but it's because I need it, because sometimes I do mess around with dangerous chemicals which come and spread via fine particles such as weed killers and sprays and stuff like that. So it's important to have a good mask.
Yeah, I agree. I used to wear masks at work when I'm in tanks and that. Like, we wear masks, you know. We were only allowed to wear the mask for 30 minutes.
2 hours is all you're allowed to wear those surgical
We're
masks.
allowed 30 minutes in tanks. We're working inside tankers.
Listen, I just want to put this comment I put up on screen for our Wednesday. We're all Wednesday, aren't we? He said that they deliberately set fire to their own oil wells in Kuwait. A guy called Ian R. Crane was there to see it. Now, obviously, a new listener, we're all Wednesday, aren't we? But I've had Ian Crane on this show a couple of times. So if you look back on our history page, on the page, look at our videos, we've had Ian Crane on a couple of times. If I'm honest, I didn't get on with him. There was just something I couldn't put my finger on about him.
Did he die, Jason?
Yeah, he's died. Yeah, he died of cancer, didn't
he? Yeah. I remember he was on the show, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's been on show. He's been on this show a couple of times. He's been on this show a couple of times. I obviously interviewed him. They were just, when you're done doing this and I know it were ages ago and I'd not been doing it as long, but when you're talking to somebody, you get a sort of feeling about them as to whether they're telling you talking shit. There's loads I've had on here that I thought he's talking shit. I've said it afterwards. In fact, fucking one of them was still on, and I said he was fucking talking shit.
Are we all talking shit, though?
And you get to know, you get that feeling about somebody when you're talking to them, and I just didn't get it. It worked with Ian. I don't know what it were. I just don't know what it were. Yeah, he died in, I think it was 2020, February 2020. Just before COVID stuff, I think, just before it really hit in. But he'd had cancer for quite a while. Because can't you remember? I kept mentioning it on this show.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Yeah, I kept mentioning it on this show before he died. Oh, probably a bit. Anyway.
I don't know if he's heard, but the German government, sneaky one. Watch what the right hand's doing. They just gave the German military 100 billion with a B. I mean, you what?
I'd actually heard.
Jimmy, does anybody fucking realize what they're fucking doing here? Like,
I do, because that came on my radar earlier on today. Now you've gone down the rabbit hole, but anyway, I'll let you off this time. But yeah,
sorry, Jamie, I didn't mean that in a bad way, mate. You know that.
But I heard about the move being made to rebuild the German army, and I think we may all watch out. Because as bad as things might seem in Ukraine, I think there's a bigger, stronger possibility that there could end up being a war between Germany and France.
Oh, it's getting fucking juicy, isn't it?
France? What's France going to do with the Germany?
Well, you've got two major powers in Europe, right? You've got Germany and you've got France. Now, Germany is more Russian leaning, and France is more American leaning. So you've got these two opposing views of how this new so-called European superstate is going to be built. So are they going to follow the French model, or is it going to be the German model? So I would not be at all surprised to see a war break out in Europe at some stage, and it'll be France and Germany.
Yeah, but you see, strike with iron's fucking hot, and the Germans just passed that law. Not. I didn't see any rainbow flags. Didn't see anything. 100 billion to the army. That's it. Okay, done. Passed it. Sign here. Done. Nobody blinks a fucking eyelid, Jimmy.
Well, it got my attention.
It got my attention as well. But I'd say a lot of people in chat didn't even know that. Hang on.
Also, I feel like that it should be made clear to everyone that we shouldn't think that everything is a conspiracy of some sort.
I don't give a fuck anymore, Taylor. I don't give a fuck.
everything's a bloody conspiracy. Absolutely everything. You can't trust anybody or anything. And I've come to that conclusion that even our favourite best loved truth tellers, they're all a bunch of fucking lying cunts who are earning money out of the truth movement, so-called truth movement, you know, and some of them, they like the types of Alex Jones and stuff like that, you know, and they're all pathological liars, and they have a vested interest in propagandizing. They're making big money out of it. Like, you know, they can get off the hook with working a normal 9-to-5 job and just go around and do seminars and speeches on podiums, talking mostly fucking reptilian shite. So you can't trust anything or anyone these days anymore. At least very many. There's very few people who are.
What's your solution, Jimmy?
Oh, come on, fucking hell. These questions, didn't it? Fucking hell. It's like having Andy on again.
As I say, there's no solution, is there? There is no solution except that you just be alert to what's going on and just don't believe every bullshit that you read, hear, and see.
Don't believe any of the fucker. Don't believe anything unless you see it with your own fucking eyes, and then fucking rub them and make sure that you have fucking seen it. Because I'm telling you, the fucking hand of deception, while fucking ever they're doing this fucking Ukraine thing, you can bet your arse there's some shit going through fucking Parliament, and there's some fucking new laws and shit going off. I mean, it's not look at the war and what's going to happen there, because we know what's fucking going to happen there. It's not going to escalate into fuck all. The world order will remain as it fucking is, with them on fucking top, but it'll appear as though there's been some sort of fucking, you know, it's all for us. So it appears that there's been some sort of resistance from Putin, then everyone loves Putin. First, we saw it with fucking Trump. It's flushing us out, they're trolling us. It's a fucking joke.
I think it's funny how everyone seems to have completely forgotten that Klaus Schwab also mentioned that he loved Vladimir Putin as well.
Schwab, fuck up, Taylor.
Well, actually, he does, in fact, because Putin was part of that little club of globalists, and I'm not sure whether he still is, but like, I'm pretty, you know.
Of course he fucking still is, for fuck's sake.
And that's why Putin, although he seems like a nice guy and he's helping some poor Ruskies out in eastern Ukraine, he's not one of the good guys at all.
Of course he's not. It's not. Listen, he's not. But I did. Somebody made a comment that I thought were that just having that little bit of perhaps, you know, that maybe is the real fucking deal. You know, that they said that at least gives a little bit of sun in my heart. You know what I mean? So that could be helpful in itself, whether you really think it or not. You could, if you want to think Putin's a good guy, and that's going to make you fucking feel happy. There's value in that, whether it's real or not. Because you're never going to fucking find out anyway. So your own reality is your own reality. That's all it's ever going to be. It's not.
I think Sean Hamer is exactly right when he was saying in the chat about the legal stuff and all that. You know, the British Crown, the Rome conspiracy. You know, the whole thing around that.
They're playing as a game. It's fucking been going on for hundreds of years.
For years, mate.
Hundreds of years.
I'm not anti-English. I fucking hate the fucking British, the Crown.
You fucking say what you want on here, man.
Is the Queen dead yet, bro? Is she dead yet?
Doesn't.
I always like that guy, Daddy Dragon, like, and he's always like, he's always very adamant about his terms when he's talking about the difference between English people and British. And he doesn't see them as the same thing. So I'm not quite sure as to what he thinks the roots of the British are. Maybe he thinks the roots of the British are probably the legacy of Rome, maybe, or I'm not sure. Do you have any thoughts on that, Jason?
I don't give a fuck where my fucking roots are. I didn't fucking hear most of that. I'm just look. Would anybody really be fucking surprised? I know this. Would anybody really be surprised if they fucking said, "Oh, fucking, we found Queen dead this morning in a bed with a fucking dildo up her arse and a fucking Russian flag sticking out of it."
This German flag, guys, and Prince Charles claims to take over as King of Britain, Queen of England. Yo, there's gonna be so much rioting, man. Fucking Prince Charles gonna get the fuck out of there.
Why are they gonna riot? They're not rioting now. Why would they riot when the old fucking bag's dead?
Yeah, because the thing is, a lot of people look at the Queen as like some sweet old lady, like she couldn't harm anyone because she has the looks, you know. It's like she looks like, you know, visually she looks like a sweet old lady, but like Prince Charles, he looks like a fucking dick just looking at him.
Taylor.
Yeah, calm down, man. You're gonna get yourself a fucking ulcer.
Taylor, don't worry about what people look like. That doesn't matter.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. That's what I think.
You just said it.
I'm saying
He
that's
looks like this. He looks like that. Look at fucking Jason. He looks like a fucking penis with fucking ears. So what?
Oh, shut up.
That's the reason. I'm just saying that's the reason why people don't
give
care
a fuck what they look like. It's what they do. The Queen is an evil bitch. Like all the royals.
What I'm saying is that that's the reason why.
Right, all right. Let's just calm this fucker down a little bit here. Dinny. Just calm it down a little bit, eh? Fucking, you know, I really, this, it's first new show, like, with new setup, and I'd like you to stop up. Yeah, you know, I don't want, you know, they probably fucking it's probably frowned upon to call Queen a bitch. I don't care, me, but like, it's not my, I just, you know, I think that the future generations are at stake here who can listen to this.
Well, I think getting back to Prince Charles.
All royals. Doesn't matter if they're fucking English.
Oh, God.
Well, getting back to Prince Charles. Prince Charles said something really.
Can we not talk about fucking COVID or something? For fuck's sake, cheer us up, man.
Dinny, just calm down. We're trying to have a conversation, and what you're doing is just like disrupting it. You're like disruptive kid in class.
Well, sure.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. So, imagine. All right, then. What about this? Here's one for you. What about this one? Fucking royal family are all like get on the same plane to like fucking Tenerife or something, right? And it crashes, and only one left is Andrew. What happens then? Could it be? I mean, are we fucking? Do you think I'm insane? Did Leicester City win fucking Premier League championship? 5,000 to 1. Got to be fucking better odds than that.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Jimmy?
Just filling up my cup.
That's beer, Jimmy.
No, just some cold. It's actually cold tea, and I was just topping it up. But I wanted to get back to Prince Charles. Same thing was brought up just a moment ago, and a really astute researcher, Brendan O'Connell, came out with something really interesting that Prince Charles said back in 2009 in an open letter, and he stated in the letter that when is America ever going to elect a president which is going to stand up to the Jewish Israeli lobby? Now, what if the Prince Andrew thing is really not about Andrew at all, but a message to Charles to shut the fuck up?
You keep echoing a bit, Jimmy. It's a bit difficult to hear you. From what I could gather, you were saying something about.
Saying that Prince Charles is saying, "Oh, when is America ever going to elect a president that's going to do something about the Jews and the Israelis?"
No, I didn't. I'm still echoing Jason.
A little bit. It's not too bad. It was just particularly bad then.
What I was saying, Jason, was that Prince Charles wrote in an open letter to the American people asking, when are the people going to elect a president who's ever going to stand up to the Jewish Israeli lobby?
Yeah, that's what you meant. Yeah.
And what if this whole Prince Andrew thing is really a message to Charles that, like, okay, we can do this to your brother, so you best play ball now and shut up.
Fucking hell, there's going down a fucking one there.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, you've got a vivid imagination. It's nearly as good as mine. I usually come up with stuff like that. You know, it's so they're all fucking playing one against each other. I don't even think there's just one game going on. I think there's like 3 or 4 different games.
Oh, there is, absolutely, Jake.
And they're all trying to get us to play a part in theirs. I mean, there's alternate. Look, you've got to think about alternative. I've been fucking doing this for years and years and fucking years, and believe me, I've fell for as much as anybody. But it's trying to become like someone knows, as if it's like somebody knows. I want somebody to know as much as I know. It's like a fucking ego thing. You know, the more people, the more. That's what they'd say, rather than say, rather than say, you know, I'm doing it for my fucking ego. I'll make some, flog a few fucking t-shirts and get a website. Might hit the old fucking David Icke jackpot. It morphs itself. It morphs itself into a version of mainstream media. Because, like I said, you can't then be fucking critical of somebody else. Because then all the rest will fucking boot your out. It's cancel culture. Imagine if I went on a fucking stage and if they were all on fucking stages, David, all them fucking idiots that were, not idiots, not all of them. I do like a few people, but I like them individually.
James Corbett.
But if I'm stood on there and I say something about fucking, and Mark Steele's on there, and I say something when it's my turn to go and talk to the fucking crowd, if I say something about fucking Mark Steele, that's it. I'd then be cancelled by the rest of that fucking stage. You see what I mean? So it's inevitable that it's going to morph itself into that. And that's the fucking problem with the alternative media, because it's not. It's just the same. It's got clicks. It's about clicks and fucking ads and donations and all that sort of shit. And that's all it is constantly.
Indeed, and it's a closed room as well. So, you know, only people who are in the alt media are going to follow the alt media. So it's a little bit like an echo chamber at the end of the day.
See, that's exactly why I keep telling you, Jason, to get on that one guy who says he can prove that Flight 77.
For fuck's sake, if he brings that, I'm going to chuck you off in a minute if you keep fucking butting in with things.
Sorry.
That I ain't done. I know. I wrote his fucking email down, didn't I? In my books.
No, not that guy. Not that guy. The other guy.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Jonas? Listen away there.
Well, I said what I was going to say about the alternative media. It's just another little echo chamber it's a playground for people with good imaginations to play around in and bandy theories against each other and try to guess what's really going on. When in fact it's just another diversion.
Yeah, but Jimmy, I was trying to say in a good way, I can't turn it off now. It's getting to my head. I just can't take it anymore.
Well, look, give me remote.
I just can't turn it off, Jimmy. Everywhere I look, it's all around me.
Yeah, but then, look, if you can't turn it off, well, then you have to sort of like find a way to keep yourself centered. Well, just recognize what it is that's triggering you and just see if you can develop like mental exercises to bring you back to earth when they're trying to launch into space.
Can I come with you?
I was going to suggest
Jason, can you take me and Jimmy with you?
Where to?
We're going to space.
Oh, space. Oh, yeah, we'll fucking go space, man. Yeah, fucking no problem. Listen, I know somewhere up there. I've got a fucking little place up there. A summer house, I call it. It's fucking summer half a day, every day.
So it's not on the dark side of the moon then, no?
No, oh no. You can come up now. You just don't fucking touch out. You know, that's Dinny, innit, they see. I won't be able to trust Dinny. He'd be fucking touching things, wouldn't he?
I wouldn't touch fuck all.
I bet you're one of them who fucking, when you're like in someone's car, you fucking touching music centre.
I wouldn't touch a fucking thing in a man's house.
You just want to make sure to hide the eject button, Jason.
You can fuck off too, Jimmy.
If there was an eject button, you probably in space and Denny was in the eject seat. Yeah, you'd have to keep your eye on
Listen,
me.
Jimmy, you know, I'm going down to fucking Galway soon.
Galway? What's in Galway?
None of your business. But we can meet up for a drink. No, we can't meet up for a drink anymore.
Why?
Because you don't fucking drink.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we can't meet up, like, you know. And in fact, you know, my regime is not so strict. And if I was going to meet up with you, like, I would have a fucking drink, and I'd be quite confident now that I could have that drink, and the next day get back to my routine, you know.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned over the last 2 months is that I'm actually in control of it.
I have no control of me, man. I am what I am, mate.
See, yeah, that would be nice to see you two fucking, like, you know, slowly running towards each other in my space station, you know, because you see each other. You arrive on different fucking aircraft. Like, you know, Dinny has to be fucking... Dinny can be fucking evaporated and sent up because he's fucking mostly liquid anyway. And fucking Jimmy will have to get on one at just an ordinary rocket.
We're going okay. Don't worry about it, Jason. We're going okay.
No, but then you'd meet up. I could see you coming through doors and going towards each other with a big hug. And then I put some music on, some nice, and you're slowly going towards each other because you can't go fast because you're in space and that. And everything's slow in space.
Jason, can I give you a tip? There'll be no fucking hugging. I guarantee you that.
No hugging?
No, that's all bullshit.
Here he goes now. Fuck, you can't even have a bastard hug with you, cunt around.
I wouldn't fucking hug you either if I met you.
Jason, what am I? Chopped liver?
Yeah. I bet you hugged Andy.
Taylor, would you like a hug?
Sure.
Did you, I bet you got an hug off Andy. Andy hugs everybody. He used to hug everybody.
No. Me and Andy met with him. I didn't hug. No. So afterwards, like, well, kind of halfway. Like his wife did.
What if we call it something else, Denny, and not a hug? Would that be acceptable?
What was that, Jimmy? Sorry.
What if we called it something else other than a hug? Would that be more acceptable?
You've got a right bad echo, Jimmy. It's like you're talking down bog.
Take your headset off, Jimmy.
Well, there's not much I can do about it. I'll have to have a look at my sound and see what the fuck's going on with it.
What would be acceptable, Jimmy?
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a question for you. Personally, I'm not the huggy type myself either, so...
Yo, Jason.
You make, Jimmy.
Jason, you need to get Sean Hamer on, man. He's a really good guy.
Me and Leeds had a big hug. When I met Leeds, when I went to his house, we had a big hug. No wrong with hugging.
No, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that.
You know, so why don't you want to do it? It makes you feel nice. You know, if you're not hugging a woman, you might even get a little semi.
A little semi?
Well, yeah, you're not going to get a big semi, are you?
That's what she said.
Your fucking ass, Jason.
That's what she said.
Anyway, yeah, Jimmy, when we meet, mate, can I give you a hug, please? This is a request from Raconteurs News. You know, we'll give each other a Raconteurs News hug. How's that, Jimmy?
Keep your hands where we can see them. No funny.
You shut the fuck up. You never hugged a fucking. I'm not saying nothing to you, Taylor, mate. You need to shag first, mate.
His fucking pillow turns over when he goes to hug it.
Oh, the body pillows.
Taylor, when are you coming over to visit us all?
When you buy me the plane ticket.
What?
Fucking hell, well, fucking buying you a plane ticket.
hell.
You get him here, you wouldn't get the cunt out, would you? Just one more thing before I go.
Don't worry,
He's like
Taylor.
fucking Columbo.
He'll look after you.
But yeah, you
Wait,
should get.
Yeah, he would, yeah. He'd fucking bottle feed you.
Fucking not having him, that fat cunt in my fucking house.
Wow.
You're welcome anytime. You have to buy your own ticket though, mate.
I'm not fat. I'm not.
Oh yeah,
fat.
of course you're not fucking Peter Griffin Jr.
Taylor, have you got a passport?
No. No, I don't.
All right.
No, that's no fucking plane ticket. Be no use to you then, would it? People are still wearing masks to protect themselves from Putin. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? You think I don't want too much radiation if a bomb goes off. You know, nuclear bomb, and I'm quite near it.
But Jason, you should get Sean Hamer on, man. He's a really smart guy.
Well, is Sean Newman in chat?
Yeah.
Just get him on. Fuck it.
He said he doesn't have a mic, but he needs to get a mic, man. Like if he.
Well, if he hasn't got a mic, what's Taylor? That makes no sense, bro.
Maybe suggest somebody who does have a mic.
Yo, Denny, buy him a mic. Buy him a mic, man.
Fuck off! Don't fucking stop fucking scrounging for people. It's scrounging on people's behalf. You can't do that. What if they don't want you to fucking, you know?
Yeah, perhaps there's a good reason he doesn't have a mic, you know?
Who are we talking about?
I don't know. Whoever doesn't have a mic.
Sean Hamer. Sean Hamer in the chat.
All right. Oh, well, you get a mic. He's got a fucking mic. He just don't want to talk to you, fucking hell. That's what it is. That's what it is. Somebody said offer him the job. I'm thinking about a job for you, Uni, on show.
All right, what's that?
Well, I'll talk to you. I'm not doing a fucking job interview, like live.
Oh, okay.
All right. In fact, we'll do that. We'll do a job interview live.
You're gonna pay him, Jason?
Yeah, I'm going to pay him in fucking I might listen to him.
Bitcoin or something.
You can pay him with microphones.
Oh, Jimmy, Jimmy, what's your thoughts on this Bitcoin?
I used to be really into it and stuff, but considering what I've learned of late, I can't trust technology anymore, and it's looking like because we're all aware of issues around hacking and problems with technology and hacking, and we've always been under the impression that the hacking was coming from cyber kids in their mama's basements at home. But it turns out it's an awful lot more nefarious than that, and that the problem is in all the modern chipsets that are in all our devices and all our gadgets. They've got a piece of hardware in them, a little chip. Every chip has a chip inside it, which is a backdoor, basically. So if you're messing around with crypto, there's a strong possibility that your funds, you might as well write them off, because if it's in digital format and it's been connected to the internet at some stage, it's probably already hacked.
Jimmy, I just want to say that is what she said.
Oh, I was going to ask another question. If you've got Bitcoin, right, and you want to sell it, who sends you the cash?
John Hamer?
How does it work? Like, I was involved in it.
I think so. Fucking Max Kaiser now, doesn't he?
If you've got Bitcoin, Jason, right? How do you get cash out of it?
I've no idea. No idea. I've got no idea.
Only buying, correct?
You would have to do it through an exchange, Dimmy, and the only way that you could do it legally would be you'd have to trade, you'd have to pick a base pair, such as American dollar, Bitcoin, or Bitcoin American dollar. So basically, when you go into your trading account, then you would buy X amount of dollars for so much Bitcoin, and then that transfer would happen behind the scenes with the fees taken off. You get your cash, and whoever was looking for the Bitcoin get their Bitcoin. Plus, there's a thriving community of P2P sellers and buyers on the underground markets as well too. So if you wanted to, you could find people trading. And you might be able to meet up with somebody local who's trading as well too. So there's a few ways you could convert it, but none of them easy. To be able to operate on a trading exchange and to be able to invest, sell, and buy currencies, you need a little bit of knowledge for that. You need to understand a little bit about what you're doing, and so it's not really something that the average person would understand how to do.
Yeah, so if you've got Bitcoin, right, and your Bitcoin's worth, I don't know.
Come on, Dinny. Fucking hell, what are we talking about here?
Jason, one question, mate.
All right, one question, because I'm nearly on 3 hours, so I need to get off.
Well, if you've got Bitcoin, right, and you buy it for 1,000, and it goes up to 20,000, you want to sell it, who's going to give you the 20,000 back?
Whoever's in the market at the moment.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Sorry, Jason. Last question to Jimmy. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, look, you're always going to find a buyer. It doesn't matter what the market is. It doesn't matter what the price is. You're always going to find a buyer. There's always somebody look at it from the point of view that somebody who made a huge amount of money when Bitcoin was $1. And at the moment, Bitcoin is trading up around the 40,000 mark. So if Bitcoin took a dive down to 20,000, yeah, I can easily see lots of people wanting to buy Bitcoin at 20,000 easily. That's the market. That's the way it works. Because when it goes back up to 40k again, shit, you've made fucking 20 grand on your purchase.
I have no idea what you're talking about at all.
Neither do I, and I think it's about time we ended this charade that we call Raconteurs News. It's been real, lads. It's been real tonight.
Yeah. As always, Jay. As always.
So anyway, I'm gonna thanks to the lads, Taylor, Denny, and of course Jimmy. And we'll see you Friday, 9:30. 9:30. So enjoy yourself. Whatever you do, don't let it fucking get to you. Remember this, okay? If you're scared of fucking dying in a fucking in any situation, why fucking anything, just remember, fucking, you can't be dead and alive, and you can't be alive and dead, and never the twain shall meet. So you won't fucking know anyway. So just don't worry about it. Just take care.
And if you get stressed out, go watch some anime, and that'll fix you up.
Fucking hell. No, just go and watch some No McDonald.
Actually, if you want to watch something, it's a really interesting documentary. You have to finish it. It's on YouTube. Check it out. It's called Operation Gladio from 1992, a BBC documentary. Operation Gladio. Very, very interesting.
Jimmy.
Excellent.
Jimmy, I thought you didn't have a TV.
I don't. It's on YouTube. I thought it was on YouTube.
What's the difference between YouTube and a TV?
Choice.
One you select what you want, and the other one you can't.
Sorry.